Let's go to the Matcherino. And look at how much money's in the prize pool. $1,200. And this is a tournament in October. Loco and winner will be foaming at the mouth for it. You know, I'm going to start clickbaiting my YouTube videos, I decided. I noticed something crazy. I had one and it was all spelled out kind of like Loco would have his. And it got like all the views. So I'm going to start doing that more. Capitalize the name. Featuring Gumiho builds. It's insanely... I got like bumped up way higher than most stuff pretty quickly. Aye. Let's see. It's 6:30. All right, we're now officially... Just to make sure... I'm online on TL. On the good old Team Liquid. Alright. So we're going to Ashbringer versus Exo Striker. Oh god, this is painful. Doing stuff from replays are great, but when they're played before enough and not casted, it always sucks when you have that patch that does like nothing, but then after it just ruins your replays. So I have to like close out a game. It closes out a game to reopen it, and I gotta re-log in every time. It's one of those things that over the last 4 years of StarCraft has not gotten any more fun. That is for sure. Aye. You'd think that would be something they would be able to patch in there by now. Anyway, they can't. Because nobody's there to do it. Speaking of no one's there to do it. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner. Is he here to do it? From Team Starcom in the teal. It is Ashbringer. Maybe he's the guy to do it. Or his opponent in the upper left, formerly from Alpha X, maybe currently teamless. It is Exo Striker in the yellow. Still with the Alpha X clan tags. Little Protoss versus Protoss, high ground versus high ground. What do these kids got for us? Game number 1. Best of 3. And in OSC form, it's not going to be all the same stuff. Mr. Green, I did watch the new episode of the show, Ahsoka. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Pretty good stuff. I just watched it last night. Yeah. For sure. As we start up, there's nothing wrong with talking about a little Ahsoka here. Yeah, I watched it last night. Like, way late last night. It came out today. Well, it was like... really late my time, so technically it was probably after 1 a.m. and my time. Alright. That's funny. Green Ultra is bringing up a point that these guys would see. Same thing. It's like when Loco casted his first KSL and he goes, with the replays so... I've never casted a tournament where the replays were so fresh. They were from the day before. Or they were the day... It came from the future or some shit. It was pretty funny. Something similar to what you had. When he casted it, it was not quite the time. Pretty funny stuff. Alright, anyway. It's gonna be a expansion from both of them. But yeah. Good stuff. Actually, we should check on that. I'm curious if, not just the time totally, if it is a different date for Europe release on Disney Plus. Yep. As another point. Okay, it looks to be a pretty standard opener for both. One is going for, actually, Exo Striker going for the 2 Adept follow-up. So that could be pretty cool. Actually, it's 2 Adepts, period, so he is... That's it. Stalker, Sentry, double Adept. I think he wants to fake out something that is not going to come. Get some scouting, maybe try to get some cheeky worker kills. Hoping to catch Ashbringer off guard. Alright. And welcome 1911 Smoke World Tournament. What do you mean by a world tournament? We're gonna have another. I think this is at least we have more IEM. We have DreamHack Atlanta coming up, and I believe we'll have another Katowice. It's just we lost a lot of funding. It's all exclusively funded by ESL, if that's what you're talking about. That's excellent. All right, well. So we do actually have another yearly finals. ESL did commit to it, yep. IEM Katowice, as far as I believe, I'm not mistaken, we do have it. It's just, this is a year where we don't have it funded by Blizzard. Hello, Fractal Cactal. Alright, Hallucination Scout's gonna catch something. The 2 Adepts are caught. Exo Striker is gonna try. Well, he's gonna be able to escape. Ashbringer not catching him around. See what happens in the. Why is the game doing this? Actually, I think it's this the patch we just had. I haven't casted replays and seen this much dead air time between music since the last patch or two, and I'm wondering if that's a bug to report. Not that anybody would care unless you're casting it, because when else are you gonna have it? So we have no in-game music for like ever, and there's no skip track button. You know. All right, so it is going to be pretty much the same opener for both. Going into Blink, more gates going down. Actually, that being said, 2 more gates for Exo Striker. Ashbringer not going for 2 more gates. He's just going to stay on 2 gate and go for a 3rd base. So he's going economy. We're going to have a little bit of 2 base pressure at the least. Could be a 2 base all in from Exo Striker, but is it really ever a 2 base all in at this level? Could be a lot of pressure. All right, double Adepts going out. All right. Who's bankrolling? I don't know. They just cut a lot of funding. We still have Intel sponsoring stuff, but not Blizzard. No Blizzard. Blizzard abandoned us. All right, 2 workers do fall, but the 2 Adepts go down. Not really worth it for Exo Striker. He's just going to have a little delayed 3rd base, which is going to allow him to pump out some more units for a bit. That said, 2 more gates coming down. Supplies massively in favor of Exo Striker for the moment. Neither player doing much. Just getting information on each other with hallucinations, etc. And that be it. Blink's done. No charge for either one of them. And Ashbringer just now getting his robotics facility. Yeah. Welcome, Skitoo. All right. We do have +1 on the way for Ashbringer. This is what I'm saying. I don't know why both these guys are playing so cautiously, like nothing's happening. We're just building armies, and we're gonna A-move. And they're going to see exactly what each other's doing. Well, not exactly. In game number 1, I don't know what this is. Maybe they were both tired when they played this? We'll see. All right, double Adept shading across. We're going to see what happens here. And nothing. Not much. We're going to see 2 Adepts pressure. A casual 7-minute 2 Adept pressure with an army that's ready to stop it. All right. I hate to say it, guys, but at this level, this is probably the least action I've seen in a StarCraft game. Probably, it's probably about as little action I've seen than Mitch McConnell's probably seen in the last decade. The last 2 decades. Clem versus Cero was definitely cool. I was more like who it was. It's definitely pretty hot shit. I thought Dark versus Maru was pretty base too, myself. But that was definitely some pretty good stuff. Clem was on fire. Alrighty. Well, I'll tell you what's not. Oh my god, I'm just saying. I don't blame these guys. They got tournament money. They could be really tired. Who knows? This is not that level, but these guys are pretty good players. I'm just really surprised there's this. This is just funny. Like, they're just throwing away 2 adepts at each other. Well, there we go. Some zealots that don't have charge. Well, somebody remembered charge. Actually, they both remembered charge now. And we literally have the exact same army supply. Ashbringer did lose. The adepts actually did catch, ironically, him a little behind when he was being Mr. Macro Greedy here. Getting a 4th base. He's actually down on workers when he was the one shooting adepts across. Alright. Warp Prism finally going out another 4th base. The music's not playing even. First to 200, 200, exactly. This is No Rush 15, guys. That's what this game is. It's No Rush 15 PvP. Jesus Lord. The exception being it's not like Gold League where people are like, yo, I'm going to carriers, you go to battle cruisers. Like back in the day when, in like Brood War, except for that was like No Rush 30 minutes. In the old days. Oh, and we're gonna throw away a War Prism. Okay, now we got action. It is Game of Throws here. Exo Striker. Look at how little was lost. 9.5 minutes again. This is like the most low energy PvP I've seen in forever. And the music comes back on. Alright, now we're finally starting to wind up a little bit. They're like, alright, we're gonna get to 4 bases and then we're gonna start attacking a little bit. And we're also gonna start donating units. For free. Alright, the quad. This is kind of funny to see. Quad Phoenix Hallucination going to get scouts. Aye, aye, aye. Alright, when Zealot run-bys meet Zealot run-bys, guys. This is actually pretty funny. Dark Shrine going down for Exo Striker. Neither player going into Disrupt. Why wouldn't you one of them go into Disrupt? Like, literally, this is a game where one of them just goes Disruptors. And presumably wins it. I really don't understand. I find their lack of Robo Bay disturbing. Like, why would you just take... Yeah. I really don't understand this one. Well, if we're at this state, like, you'd think you'd get Disruptors at least. Alright. Well, it literally is what Green Ultralist said. It's like we got a little bit of pressure finally after, but it's gonna be like first to 200, or when they both reach 200, pretty much we're basically there. Look at this, guys. What is different is Exo Striker's out of position in the middle of the map and has no information on this side. Well, he's getting assaulted from 2 sides where he's not at all, which is not gonna go well for him. This is not gonna fare well for Exo Striker. Guardian Shield's activated on both. This is silly. This is actually really silly. I'm like, bro, did you kids just get out of university or something? Like, what's going on here? And we're not talking Princeton, Caveman Jack. That's right, I'm talking you. All right. Zelly boys charging across the map. Okay, we got a couple DTs going and getting 13 workers. 11 workers. No, they didn't get anything, actually. That was the other guy. What's going on? I didn't even see the Warp Prism go back from Exo Striker. He got a couple kills, it looks like, of something, but not too much. Alright, we got double forge upgrades. That's the only thing that's going to make a huge difference here, but both going into shields. We're going to have some armor upgrades for Ashbringer. And considering there's no disruptors, as I said, no transition to Sky Toss, nothing. It's just a battle of waddling around the map, defending your 4th. Neither of them taking a 5th base either. I would imagine Ashbringer would be the one that wants to do it before, because he was Mr. Greedy McGreed earlier. I don't... Chad, if you're at a loss why this game is going the way as it is, you're not alone. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright, now we finally have some A moves. And some move commands. Ay. I'm really confused of why these guys got in this spot. Why would you want to play this game like this? I mean, I play games like this sometimes, but I'm like, I don't even want to play them like this. It's usually when you're like, On to something else. There is an observer behind this. I like the 4 DTs in the army. It looks like it's going to be a base trade. Base trade! Alright. They're playing a game of chicken right now. Okay, never mind. Ashbringer's like, no base trade. I'm going to go back. Well, it's going to be too late because you're going to lose this base, bud. Exo Striker, the one taking a 5th. He is going to get a lot of worker kills. War Prism, a little in danger on the side. He can just recall back home, funnily enough. Oh, wait. The blink forward, he gets the Warp Prism. All of a sudden, Ashbringer lost the game of patience. And, yeah, I don't know. Actually, Exo Striker's starting to feel those upgrade disadvantages. Kind of taking a bad fight on the ramp, honestly, though. So he just killed a lot of economy. But he lost a shit ton of army. And doesn't really have any comeback mechanics. He just has Stalkers, and there's more Stalkers. Well, there's just more total army from Ashbringer. The Arca, oh no, the recall's not even good. He recalls the wrong Stalkers. The ones in the front. And we're now looking at a massive army supply lead for Ashbringer. Who doesn't have much money. Banked up. But what he adds is going to be a massive army supply that Exo Striker cannot beat. He's going to try to get stuff up. But it just ain't going to happen. Now, chat, I think I've been casting a long time. When I can just honestly tell you, when I am not going to bullshit you. This is a cool-ass tournament. We're extra thankful for it. We love the OSC. But I don't know. I can honestly say, on a scale of 1 to 10 when it comes to high-action games, I give this about a 1.125 out of 10. The ending is finally a big surround. It's a bunch. Actually, it is kind of funny to see a million Archons fighting this. You don't see that every day. It's like it's an all Archon army featuring like 6 Stalkers, a couple Zealots, and 1 Immortal against Stalkers. Fractal Cackle, it's not that PvP's bad. I'm not even saying it's just GG's called. If all PvPs were like that, then I would agree with the Resident Sleeper. Because goddammit, that one made me feel like nap time. I feel like the chat, you guys are like with me here. I'm too tired after a day of work and not much hours of sleep to hype up something that is not that intensely action-packed. You don't have to be really good to have some spicy stuff. I haven't had it up to here with you. I'm tired. I know everybody says that I say that every day, but a couple hours of sleep was, I've had a lot of stressful shit going on at work. And that was probably one of the least exciting PvPs I've seen in the last year. Other than my own games sometimes lately. But it's been macro games, just saying. Resident Sleeper. But the tournament is good. So I gotta tell you guys again what we have coming up. It's not shitting on the tournament. I'm not shitting on the players. I'm gonna say, though, I'm a little disappointed. And Ashbringer and Exo Striker right there. Exo Striker, this next one's going to be cheesy. I had a feeling. Alright, so we have, after this, we have Eric Fire and Young Yakov. Little PVZ. Got Nicarak versus Night Phoenix, little TVP. We got Spirit versus the winner of Nicarak and Night Phoenix, so either TVT or TVP. Skillless versus Art, another PvP, but that one should be a little more fast-paced. And Wayne versus the winner of. So, it's not all PvP. We just have 2, but some of these can be pretty spicy. Let's see if they change it up for game 2. Like, I'll be honest, guys. The pet Dave. I would have actually not minded if it was like a 2-gate versus 1-gate. Anything to deviate from it. They literally like did the exact same thing, and funnily enough, he who destroyed the bases lost the game. That was definitely a strange scenario. Alright. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Calliope, one of the new upcoming maps in the teal. Give it up for Ashbringer. Hey, at least we got a new map this time and nothing else. And his opponent in the upper right, it is Exo Striker in the yellow. Leela's dad from Futurama. Ha! My Pog Squirrel art in the background, yeah. That is pretty funny. That is pretty funny. I think I see what you're saying. Well, this is going on, again, one of the new maps. I believe this one is one of the new maps. If not, it was in the TLMC. I'm excited to see new maps. New anything in this game. We'll take it. I hope this is on the ladder before next year. That'd be kind of nice. We get something a little sooner. Alright, we'll see what happens. Another 2 gate, but being that we're on a new map, I have a feeling this is going to be a little less crazy. But actually, this might be the time they do a little more cheeky stuff. Alrighty. And here we are. In some scouting. Where's the OSC stuff? I'm curious. Alright, being that this is a new map, I don't think this map has the positions for the team logos yet. So this must be an older version of that new map. Because it's not got all its blessings for the ladder. It's not going to show logos and stuff. Interesting to note. It may even be an older version that they accidentally used when they made this game. Alright, that being said. Yeah, a little scouting, a little harass. That's about it. Nothing too crazy here. Double Stalker. Oh, versus Stalker Sentry. I want to see a proxy something, though, guys. Come on. It's PvP. At least give us a cheeky 3-gate Robo versus an Expand or something to that effect. We're not going to get it, though. For now. Oh. Got the Pylon Scouterinos here. You know what? That Sentry can't even kill the Probe. So Mr. Stalker might be able to catch up to it eventually. I don't think so, though. Ooh, Exo Striker being annoying, though. He's gonna wait till the absolute last second to cancel that Pylon and Ashbringer. Alright, no double adept this game. Looks like Ashbringer's gonna have his Nexus a little before, or a little later. Just a couple seconds. It's inconsequential. Pretty similar opener from both. There are gonna be no adepts this time. Wait a second. Somebody forgot Warp Gate. Is this intentional? Do you guys see this? Somebody's building a Stalker Sentry and doesn't have Warp Gate. I think this may be a mistake, folks. Uh-oh. No Warp Gate in PvP. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not... I can almost assure you this is not intentional. He's going Twilight. Why would you not get Warp Gate? Oh, no. Exo Striker. Oh, and by the way... was he the one that was up a game? I think he might have been. I can't remember. He may have been up a game. My mistake. We're going to have to look back at that because I totally forgot. This is actually pretty funny. It's unfortunate. If he is up a game, that means we're going to have a game 3. If I'm mistaken there, I don't know. But he has no idea. I'm like 100% certain this Protoss... See this? This is Warp Gate. It's 4 minutes. See this? He forgot it. He's just now researching Warp Gate. Inadays, you're right. Protoss is OP versus Protoss. This is like Brood War Protoss versus gimmicky StarCraft 2 Protoss. Wait, why do I have double music going? Sorry, guys. Something's going on here. Either that or his... Weird. I heard double music. That's really strange. Alright. Apologies for that, but I have no idea what's going on there. Alright, Exo Striker going for a fast Nexus. Ashbringer, not so much. They're both just shooting hallucinations, but One of them doesn't have warp gate, and it's gonna be scouted that he doesn't. He's got to be nervous. Look at this. I think he's thinking he's getting proxied or something. But literally, that's just a huge ass mistake, and it didn't benefit him at all. So he's like massively down in supply. He took a Nexus, and this literally could have led to a free win for Ashbringer if he was paying attention, because he could have just proxied him and killed him. Literally, this could have been a free win for Ashbringer, but he did not notice. Warp gate finishing in a casual. This has happened to any Protoss player you've ever known. I'm sure of it. It's happened at least once. Usually on the ladder. You'd hope it wouldn't be in a tournament. But oh my god, it'd normally be like, alright, you're going Stargate. Oof. You're going into some weird Protoss mech. But never on its own would you want Warp gate this late. Yeah. Ashbringer's had it for literally like over 2 minutes. That's how delayed that warp gate was. He does have it now, and he is catching up, so he's like fine, but the fine, right? Third base not quite done yet for Ashbringer. Extra Striker got it quite fast. Guess he had that going for him, but aside from it, I don't know. Okay, he's going into Disruptors. Nice, now we get some Disruptors. What up, Marco YOLO? There's no delay. The game's just that. The games are just a little slow. Dave's a little slow. There is no delay. The music was just going there. We have some... This one could get a little spicier, though. I like the Robo Bay. The 2-minute delay was on the warp gate. Oh, I got you. You said 2-minute delay. The warp gate was delayed 2 minutes. Because he forgot it. Alright, 2 Adepts actually getting some good work considering there's a whole army here in shield batteries. Dare I say it, a lot more than they should have. They literally shaded in on top of the army and they were able to get 4 worker kills. When do you see that? Exo Striker says, I don't care. I don't need your normie timed warp gate. I'm gonna go for a 4th base on top of this in 7 minutes. Like it's PVZ or PVT. More PVZ. He's like, heck on you, Ashbringer. Ashbringer's like, bruh. Is he gonna push? Like, literally, this could have been a free work. How is Exo Striker ahead on supply now? That's funny. He did pump out a lot of gates. He did get a faster 3rd. And he is getting these Disruptors out. It is gonna be scouted by the hallucination, however. Alright, Exo Striker is gonna attempt a Warp Prism. He does go around the pylon. Alright, nothing's moving out of position. Exo Striker has a chance to attack. He does not have charge. He can warp in some Adepts. Decent bit of SimCity here, but he can warp in some Adepts as he has. And try to get some value. That said, a pretty big push is coming in to the 4th base of Exo Striker. This is looking a little different time than before. A little bit more aggression this game. Warp Prism going out. Ironically, this one's chilling here. Charge is now forgotten again. If you're going for a Warp Prism, you usually assume it's going to be charge. This army's camped here. The 4th trying to stay to be defended, but what Ashbringer isn't prepared for, in my opinion, is the Disruptors. I like that we're going Disruptors, double Robo Disruptor at that. All right, are the Disruptors target fired? Oh, nice Nova catches the lower half of the army. Alright, this one's definitely a little better, at least. We got into it. They're waiting. They wanted some mid-game gain. We're gonna get some. And splashy balls doing the work. Did we blink on this? No, we don't. Okay, he wanted to kill the entire army. And honestly, he could A-move across the map. Warp Prism be damned. It certainly could be a big A-move-a-kiss. Exo Striker has it. Why isn't he going to kill him? I mean, obviously the players can't see what we see, but he knows he just killed a massive army. It's not that late. Oh, he even gets the Warp Prism. Oh, yeah. Use the Warp Prism and do a little Zealot run by or anything. Even if they're slow Zealots, who cares? Well, you go push the 3rd base. So Exo Striker actually going in pretty hard. The Disruptors playing it out pretty nicely. Does lose 1 before. Does have 2. Warp Prism gonna come in. He's gonna try to debate. Okay, it's 5 Stalker warping. 6 Stalker, 7 Stalker. That's the 6 Stalkers. And he is gonna push over here. Oh! Disruptor does not connect. Still, we got another one over here that's going to try to land. GG's called. Exo Striker's going to take it, and we're going to see if I'm actually right on this. There is no delay on this. All right, we give that one about a 5 out of 10. Good plays, but that was not the 1.5 out of excitement level of the first one. Let's see if I was correct. It could be 1-1. I could have got the score wrong. I was right. It was 1-1. Okay, so that now we're 1-1. The order. Can't remember who did the first. Took the first. I need a nap. I need a nap, folks. All right, it's napping stream. And then we're going to cast. Maybe that's part of the excitement. All right, the score is 1-1. Any day now, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ancient Cistern in the yellow. Give it up for Exo Striker. And his opponent in the upper right in the teal. Give it up for Ashbringer. The score is 1-1 winner. Shall advance in the mid-season playoffs. I don't know if the others immediately eliminated at this stage or not. All right. Well, now. We are getting a gate going down from each of them. And, yeah. That be it. Little double gate from each. Again, somebody's got to cheese here. Where's Eric Fire when you need him, guys? When Eric Fire plays, we have a 100% chance of 3-gate robo, proxy robo every game. That's what we need. Where's Graf? Did Graf, like, stop playing StarCraft, by the way? I gotta message Graf. I've not seen Graf in a gazillion years, it feels like. Graf's probably, like, married and has kids. You know? He's counting down his years to retirement. That's how long it's been since I've seen Gref play. It feels like, anyway. Mr. Cannon Rusher. All right, they're both scouting for proxies. Is Exo Striker going to proxy? We do have that second pylon, but it might be actually a proxy from Exo Striker. I think we might spice it up. This is going to be either a proxy Stargate or Robo. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's a proxy Robo. But it's 100%. I'm very certain this is a proxy. Stalker Sentry, Exo Striker. Oh, is Exo Striker mind gaming? And by the way, guys, this is the Online Sports Championships. OSC. That's SC2 Online is the website. And if you type in !OSC, check out the website. You can see all the standings this year. They are bringing all the lots of money to StarCraft. Still, they've been putting out a bunch. And I am a partnered tournament organizer, so is Chicken Man, and the Cranky Ducklings, and Wardy of the Online Sports Championship, to name many of us, and a bunch of others. All right. Velno. It is a proxy robo, as I said. It's going to be 3-gate robo. Ye old faithful PvP build. And we are going to have an expansion from Ashbringer. It's quite the distant proxy, but nonetheless, it still checks out. Ashbringer did delay his warp gate for that. He went Stalker Sentry too, so it looks a little more normal. Exo Striker is going to use that hallucination for the moment to get a little scout, get a little read, try to find something, but the two Stalkers did do a bunch of hull damage to the hallucination. And it looks like it will go down. He's going to scout a Twilight. He knows it's very likely to be pretty standard. He didn't get a scout on the Nat. But that doesn't matter. Big Daddy Immortal's on the way. Warp Gate's coming just behind it. He's basically on the same time as his opponent. Gonna completely wall off, preventing any Adepts from getting in. It's not a Stargate opener, so he feels a little safer on the back of it for now. That I'm pretty sure of. Are we gonna go double Immortal or Mortal Warp Prism? We are gonna go with the Mortal Warp Prism. An Exo Striker does have a bigger army technically. I wouldn't hate it if he gets it together. Probe's gonna go scout. Oh, the probe is going to proxy. He's going for like proxy 4-gate blink maybe. He's just got the 2 gates for now, but I have a feeling it's gonna be 4-gate blink on a proxy. Speaking of proxy, oh no, the war prism tips its hat. That was not the move. That was rallied. 100% it was rallied right there. It was rallied up above. That's not the play for Exo Striker. He's not going into another Immortal. Blinks. About 75% complete. Does this make its way up here? Stalkers are trying to make their way back. Big Daddy Immortal comes with the Stalkers. 3 more coming up. He's going to try to get all of his units up here. All right, we got 2 sentries. This is actually going pretty nice as we get a pylon. It's not going to be... Okay, it's not quite a supply block by any stretch, but not a lot of weapons. Oh! Exo Striker. We missed Micro a little. He took a lot of hull damage on the Immortal. The Immortal's pretty big in this push. That being said, it is actually thundering down on his opponent. Blink's about to finish, but Ashbringer down to 6 supply. He's got to pull everything. I don't think he's got this, guys. He's desperately trying to hang on. We do have Blink done. But at the end of the day, it's 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1 workers and 6 army supply. GG Exo Striker's gonna take it. So you can rest assured that's one less Protoss versus Protoss. That one actually ended in a little bit more of a bang. We got a little 3-gate robo action. So good job, guys. I'm gonna bump that one up to a 7.5 out of 10. I'm being a little bit more spicy. Still feels like maybe about a 7. If you want really spicy, it'd say it's probably about a 5.5, you know? If you got a quest for cheese and spicy cheese. All right, here we go. Yeah, at least it was a little different as it went along. Our next series is going to be Eric Fire versus Young Yakov. You sure I can't take a nap in the middle of streaming, guys? Wouldn't that be something if I just fell asleep right here? Drooling on my keyboard. My mic's on. You guys, if I snored, you guys would hear me snoring, but I don't really snore. I probably am going to start soon, but 100% would try. Nice. Caveman knows what I'm saying. I'm all fucking tired, dude. I'm literally that sleepy. It's not just tired. I literally need a nap. All right, here we are. This time it's a little different. We got ourselves a ZVP. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Royal Blood, representing CSO Esports. In the red, it is Young Yakov, who can definitely be spicy. And his opponent in the bottom left, representing Macherino, formerly from Alpha X, it is Young Yakov. Or no, Young Yakov, I just announced him. It's Eric Fire. You're welcome, Psychons. Are you that guy from Ladder? If you are, that's Omega Base, because I think you usually tell me if you're the one I'm thinking of. Appreciate that. No? Yeah, I know. I mean, I know you from chat, obviously. I just was wondering. Based? I think it's incredible there's a lot of you guys that watch and have not played the game in forever, and you've consistently watched StarCraft for so long. That always blows my mind. You know? You, Sibajan? Yes. Siba plays a little bit, though. Dark Omega. But, I mean, some people legit have not played, like, forever and have enjoyed watching StarCraft. That's the magic to StarCraft. And it's this old of a game. Now you're old and like to relax. Exactly. So you can relate to me. You can relate to old Dave Arito. But I've still not made time to just chill out near enough. I've been cutting down streaming a little bit for a while. Last week I did a bit more. I think overall in the last bit. True. Those that can't play, watch. True. That's another point too. You know, maybe still life circumstances change, but you're like, you know what? Got to get me my StarCraft twist fix. You know, people get older. We have lives, potentially. He might just be like, meh. I don't want to break my wrist, you know? Yeah, I mean, I don't mind playing some CSGO. I'm going to be really mad being tilted at it a bit. It's a cool game. I don't find the passion for, as much as I'm like getting like tired and this game drains on you. We'll see what happens as time goes on. I think I'm getting ready to change it up a little bit here. CSGO it was definitely fun when we played before, Flapjack. It's just, yeah. I don't know. FPS games are a different animal. Alright. Adept shading out, not really getting much damage. Does get like a hit on a drone. Does take no hull damage. Second Adept gonna come. It is gonna be an Oracle opener from Eric Fire. Eric Fire just holding the wall. I like this though. He's holding the wall with the probe. And just a one Stargate opener because of the map. Oh, nice use of the Adepts though. Does almost lose one. Is not going to right now, but Metabolic Boost is finishing. And Young Yakov's gonna want blood. I'm calling it now. It finishes. Does this Adept stay alive? Oh, he barely makes it alive and gets his... Oh no, unfortunately gets one more worker with it. But that is about it. Oh man, that was a little bit of a tight situation. Yeah, equally frustrating in a different sort of way though. FPS games, I've not been playing it a bit, but they hit differently. You know what I mean? They definitely hit differently. That's what I'd say. They definitely do be frustrating. I used to play a bit more. I used to play some Quake and shit a lot back in the day. In like Unreal Tournament. I used to be like climb level. That is funny. All right. Oracle is gonna try to deflect, but they use... Oh, he kind of wasted Pulsar, but guess what? Jebaited. Young Yakov's gonna have to run away. This did eat up a lot of energy from these three Oracles, so nice pressure from Young Yakov. He is gonna get an Adept, for sure. Does he have any more energy left? Yeah, he's gonna get a little bit more. Yeah, he's gonna be able to do some more damage with this, but... Loses a probe, loses an Adept. That's unlucky. Young Yakov not going for a fourth base. He is going for a Roach Warren. We got our Forge and Twilight coming. Still only one gateway. This is a one-gate man. I think Eric Fire took a different meaning to the name of the playstyle of Gateway Man. He is a new form of Gateway Man. He's one Gateway Man. It's the sidekick to Gateway Man. He's one Gateway Man. All right. How you doing, Pashka? You're a Quake champion? I was a GoldenEye champion. Not that that counts in competitive level. But boy, was that bragging rights when you're with your buddies. Siberian Commando for the win. Yeah, he warped in 2 units, but he warped them in 2... Well, he warped them in on 1 gate. Okay, he did get a second gate. I'm sorry. He got that second gate after all this stuff, Flapjack. The 2 units he had before were there. That finished up in there. He literally had 1 gate... He had 1 gate on 3 Nexus, though. That's what was my point. He got that second gate, like, way after. Alright. Proximity mines in the complex base. Flapjack, true. Oh. Alrighty. It's going to be a charge opener from Eric Fire. Spicy move, especially when you're going up against +1 roaches on the way. +1 going to finish for Young Yakov first, but he is getting his Templar Archives done. Eric Fire's going for an Archon charge a lot push in the back end of a Stargate opener. He does have a War Prism too, so did get that Robo out as well. Oracle's just trying to get some information. Be annoying. 4th patch going down just now. I both like and dislike the 3 hatches chilling their thing. And also the Oracle's used enough energy where he couldn't force a if he forced a cancel on that, that might actually be pretty big. Still, Eric Fire going for his 4th Nexus. It's just fine. from the Protoss' side. It's just he's going to have to deal with the potential roach timing. This isn't that big of a roach push right here. And the queens are going to stare down the oracles. But we don't have much map information on this side from our Protoss player. He's pushing out. His opponent not so much. We're not going into blank behind it. Which I don't know how much I like that from the army comp he's got. Yup, look at this. One adept is not going to hold a few lings and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 roaches. He's going to... I hope he doesn't recall everything. He doesn't. He recalls some units. He's got the oracles. Trying to push it down. And meanwhile, the fight's going on here. The Archons and Charge Lots trying to fight. Sentry isn't going to make it. Oh, wait. Wait, is he going to debate the stasis? All right, let's take a look at what actually was killed here. 4 probes, 4 drones this game. An Archon and 7 Zealots versus 10 roaches and 24 lings. 4 adepts going down. Meh. Meh. We do have Blink coming, but you know what's more interesting to note as this army pushes in. A little more action in this game than the first PvP we saw. We have 8 Hell Muffins coming in. That's right. Young Yakov is feeling like he wants to do some bacon here, guys. Meanwhile, the War Prism did take a big beating. I don't know if it ate some biles or just got spined to death by a bunch of queens. We got muffins. Swarm hosts. But behind it, Eric Fire did manage to get his Robo Bay. Eric Fire usually does like his Robo play. I'm a big fan of this. We do have Archons. We have the ability to make Colossi. Disruptors can be okay against Swarm Host. But you got to be really catching onto it. The Archons more. It's not like it's an insane amount of Swarm Host either. It's enough to do some really great siege damage. Disruptor. Oh no, he didn't notice. He wasn't paying attention. He could have actually just got a good amount of damage on the Swarm Host. That being said, the Nexus is going to be absolutely targeted. The probes pulled back. They're going to try to fight off some of the Locusts, but he's going to start losing. He's going to start losing all the probes to the Locust. 7 of them fall. Young Yakov had a massive army of 120 supply to 46. 7 workers and the Nexus falling for Eric Fire. That's a thing. That literally caught him with his pants down. Alright, double arc. Oh no, it's Disruptor drop. Lands 2 Novas, catches... Oh, only one of the Swarm Host. Alright, this is a little bit alright. We wanted cheeky, but it looks rough for Eric Fire. He is down in supply. Gets... Oh no, the Stasis Ward doesn't even go in his favor. Disruptor is going to go down before it can launch the Nova. Yeah, he's going to rely on these in the front. Does he get some juicy connects? Does get some decent ones. Oh no. I hate when that happens. He accidentally picked up a Stalker in here, so he's going to lose yet another Disruptor. The Locust Micro is pretty crazy. And that Nexus should be canceled. No, it's not. The Locusts are going to dissipate. Oh my god. GG's called. Young Yakov taking game number 1. All right, so there we go. I was not expecting to see a Swarm Host play in that game, but definitely an unexpected plot twist. All right, interestingly enough. Actually, this was game 3 on the other one, but game number 2. We're going to be taking it to Calliope. True, free units are good units. Quake 2 is new, enhanced edition. Oh yeah, if you're talking a newer version of it, then yeah. But to say like Quake 2 is certainly not new, Skid 2. Otherwise, it's been out for quite some time. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, Quake 2 was in... Hell, was I still in high school for that? I think so. Anyway, spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Calliope. In the red, give it up for CSO Esports, Young Yakov. And his opponent in the bottom left, representing Maturino, it is Eric Fire in the blue. Pasca's getting Quake Champions. Noise. Not the... Yeah, the remake. I'm talking about the original Quake 2, though. When you mentioned Quake 2, I'm like, bruh. Yeah, I kind of gave up on that shit a while ago, though. I would be interesting to play. Quake 2 Remastered? That would be... I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm glad you brought that up. I used to play a little bit of that with my coworker, actually. I wonder if he's on the Quake 2 train. I'm gonna have to hit him up. My ex-coworker, because I mean, still my bud, you know. Nice. All right. Is gonna be a pool before, well, not pool before gas. What am I talking about? This thing's 50% done. It was just a little funny interaction with the probe and the drone for a minute, and we got ourselves some monster energy. You know who could use some monster energy? This guy right here, Mr. Dave. I could use some monster energy drinks right now. As tired as I am, this one might be spicy. Game number 1 with the cheeky 8 Swarm Host play from Young Yakov was a Roach Swarm Host push. Actually, it makes me a little happy to see. I don't feel like we get enough of that as you go up the tiers in games. Young Yakov put a little bit of a smile on this old man's face here. Alrighty. We are going to go into... a Stargate. Is he going to do something different, though? We're going to see a Void Array. We're going to see something else. It looks like it's rallied. Okay, no, he took it off the rally after. Probe just kind of looking around, seeing where the expansion's going. It is going to be a triangle third for Young Yakov. It said if you have Game Pass, it's free, Pashka. I don't pay for any of that crap right now, but... Alright, guys, how you doing? Rodin? Yeah, guys, and this is the Online Sport Championship. This is the 2023 mid-season playoffs. Day number 2. It's day 2B. I guess Just Jordan casted earlier today. The first half of it. I wonder who played on that one. I have no idea who did. We can go take a look at that. So, though this was played in advance, it's the first time these games have been streamed, the first time they've been casted, and the scores aren't reported until after this. So, or if anybody from Liquipedia is on, they'll update the Liquipedia as it's casted, or what they find out after. And some of the tournament admins. Nice round by the Zerglings. By Young Yakov. He cleans up the Adepts. So realistically, 2 Adepts for 4 Zerglings and a drone. I wouldn't say that's totally worth it. I don't think it's game ending. But I don't think we're going to see a fast third base. Well, actually, we are a little faster from Young Yakov. He is going to have an Oracle. Oracle's going to come back. Forced to be defensive again a little bit, but not really. It's not a lot of lings. Only gets 1, but still. Oh, look at this. The Pulsar Beam still was activated for a little bit longer. So this little dance was completely intentional. Oh, it gets a couple lings. That's actually a little better for Eric Fire, but still, draining that pulse energy means less stasis wards. I mean, heaven forbid you're allowed to go across the map. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Pashka bringing me back. Exactly. Remember the days? Who in chat remembers getting their floppy disk with Wolfenstein 3D? Alright. Like having like the shareware one. When you used to get shareware. That's how you'd try games out. They'd come in like the mail. You know? Alright, this is going to be a Queen Roach push from Young Yakov. Is Eric Fired prepared? He's not dropping a battery in his main base. Or his natural, rather. So if this is an assault in the natural, it's pretty undefended. Okay, now he is. So it's going to take a while for this to go. He's only got a couple of depths. Did get a sentry out. But it's a Roach Ravager Queen push. The Queens are going to take a while to get here. You know what would beat this, though, guys? There's no layer. Had he only went DT Archon instead. This push probably wouldn't have happened, but DT Archon would have been the blind counter to this. Or even if he dropped the Dark Shrine even before. I don't hate the Robo with it, but still. Shield batteries coming up. One is going to be the point of contention of these Zerglings. Probes actually being pretty good army units for the moment because of the shield batteries. One Stalker's not going to save the Stargate. Oh, no. He's out of Pulsar energy, and he's going to... Ah, the Warp Pins were on the wrong pylon. Not like this. All right, several workers falling. This looks like a big problem. Big Daddy Immortal is going to try to chisel at these queens. They cannot transfuse. One does fall, but all these lings are the bigger problem. 2 Zealots coming in. The Pulsar Beam is out for just a couple kills. The combined energy and efforts of our Protoss player are going to hold that. But now the third base is undefended. One of the shield batteries getting in trouble over here. Oh, Immortal is going to make its way back into the wall. Shield batteries are a little drained. The Queens are still out, and slow Zealots aren't going to be enough to take care of this. If he holds this third, he wins the game pretty much. But he's going to, like, I don't know, it's a tough call. Only one Immortal and all slow Zealots. This is like a reverse Haas game. Young Yakov playing, like, he's a defending Zerg that's in a better spot, and Eric Fire forced in this position where he has to play like Haas with just slow Zealots and an Immortal. But he does have Oracles. Alright, Oracles, the 3 Oracles trying to kill Queens, getting another one. Yep. He doesn't have to worry about transfuses though, but this third base looks like it is starting to be in jeopardy. Yeah, he did lose an Oracle, I believe. Yep, he did. With all... Okay, if he had the 4 Oracles, it would be in a lot better of a spot. But yeah, this third base is down. I mean, I guess he could still be in it, but now the droning has started. It's a little different. Cybercore going down is a bit of a problem, too. There's less sentries, less stalkers. We do have another Oracle. I wouldn't have hated if he built 1 Void Ray. As silly as it sounds. I mean, this is mostly Ravagers, and... at this point, even these pylons are going to be rough to lose. Terran Imba. How you doing? Terrans are vaccinated. I don't know who that is. That is Andy. Ay, ay, ay. That's pretty funny. Alright, well, the 5-ical. No, it's 4-ical. Which would be 5-ical. He's gonna hit 7 drones. It's gonna help him a little bit. But they're all out of energy. One is almost gonna fall. Is held on by 6 HP. This is a 2-base Protoss with now the Pentacle. He does have 5 Oracles and a Robo Bay. I like the Robo Bay behind this. He's gotta have something for some kind of comeback mechanic. But he's also gonna need some AoE. 6 Overlords in production. And still, our Zerg player's in a pretty good spot. Eric Fryer did keep a lot of the workers alive. Can't really totally take care of this. Even wants to get rid of this this Overlord, not going to be able to do so. And is going to try to take another third base. That being said, the army's coming in. The Zerglings surrounding the Immortal is not good, but guess what? Nice dodge of the Corrosive Biles. Oh, Oracles almost whiff and eat it. But guess what? They're running out of Pulsar Beams. Pulsar Beams are really good against Ravagers, not so much against Roaches, but with 5 of them, if he had the energy for it, would be absolutely terrifying. Big Daddy Immortal, pretty good against the Roaches, though. It is probably going to go down, but guess what? It's gotten 13 kills throughout this. It's done a pretty good job. Does he get one more Roach? He does to make it 14. Still, losing that is pretty rough. He does have another coming in. The Stalker's going to be pretty good against the Ravagers. But, oh my god, even the shield battery falls. Oh no! He didn't micro the Oracle. I think it was just, he's microing his other units, so the Oracle did eat a Corrosive Bile. Is gonna go down. Welcome, Archonic. And Terrans are vaccinated. Jesus Christ. Alrighty. This is Kelly. Oh, and yes, it's one of the Team Liquid map contest winners, I believe. If not, it was in the TLMC, but this is one of the maps on this tournament. We actually played Sim and John, one of the other games in the PvP series before, with Exo Striker. And Ashbringer was on it. Alright, we have a Ventral Sack Overlord. Oh no! With just 6 Zerglings. Gonna cause all sorts of chaos. And poor Eric Fire, who's already been bullied space. He's going into Disruptors. He's gonna have nothing in position here and has no information of this. Okay, now 8 Zerglings. This is certainly gonna get something done. And, well, There is a 4-base Zerg now. That being said, we have Stasis Wards. The first couple disruptors are out. Ah, here it is. They're going to land. Meanwhile, the push is going on the other side of the map, but this is going to be painful for our Protoss player for sure. Disruptor, I think that was a little ambitious. He should have waited just a little bit. But that being said, the Lings are making their way in. Does he have weapons available? He does, but does he have the supply? Not really. He's going to have some supply. You know what he's going to have to do? He's going to recall. Nice Stasis Ward. But that's not going to be a kill. He recalls back in, trying to warp in some units. It's just 2 oracles, and he's lost a lot of probes when he already lost the 3rd base. And a cheeky play. He's not paying attention to the other side. Oh, just in time. Makes it. Shoot another Nova. Oh my god, this is going to be rough. Oh, catches a lot of the army, but he is going to lose all of this army. I think young Yakov may just take it right here. The corrosive biles, the surround, he loses the immortal, loses a lot of stalkers and the 2 disruptors. His army supply is just diving down. Losing that other oracle before was rough too. And he's not picking up this disruptor. Oh, he even eats some hull damage. Still, he's going to try to mount a defense. That being said, we have a lot of mined out bases over here. Disruptor's trying to catch something, only catches a roach. Not what we were writing home about there. Oh no! Oop, he almost throws the disruptor again. Does he eat a bile? Well, does eat 2 biles with a stalker. Probe's forced to fight. The Zerglings, the shield battery gets depowered. We don't have blink just yet. Disruptor's trying to land. That is not the spot you want to do it though. He went right in the middle of all the roaches and ravagers. Alright, he's going to try to land this one. Does it extend it? Just misses. It's going from bad to worse for the French Protoss player, Mr. Eric Fire. Oy. And damn. Well, that's a lot of lost probes too. I hate to say it, guys. The supply's looking double for our Zerg player. The upgrades, about to be an upgrade on ranged attacks for young Yakov. And the Hive is even coming. Hydraless Dens got done. I don't see how Eric Fire could do it. He's lost too much. And now we have a Roach Dropper Lord coming in on top of it from young Yakov. Young Yakov styling over here. This guy always puts on some fun games. But also games that would make you mauled playing against it. It's all started out with a Roach Queen Speedling push. Very, very committed earlier, but he got the damage he was looking for. Then it all kind of snowballed out. The 4 roaches coming in. Eric Fire cannot deal with all of it, but oh my god, he lands like a picture-perfect Stasis Ward, though. Then the last 2 Zealots aren't going to do much over here. One's going to almost go down immediately. And that being said, this army's surrounded. We have 1 Disruptor. Did he lose the War Prism? I believe he did. Yeah, no, it's still out. Yeah, because he... Oh, no! The War Prism ate 2 Corrosive Biles. Nice Archon War Prism Micro, though. But in a sick Disruptor cleans up a lot of it still. Zerg is just so far ahead. Young Yakov is basically styling here. Lurker Den even going down behind this. And yes, we do have our Hive. So that means adrenal glands, and we'd see seismic spines if this game were to go on. But look at this, it's 56, 53 to 162 army supply. GG is called, and young Yakov gonna take it in a swift 2-0. Very well done. Very, very well done by Mr. Young Yakov. All right, this one is a little different. You know what we got coming up? We got a PVT. Oh my god. I like this. Base Night Phoenix versus Nicaract. Or Night Phoenix's in-game name is actually cracking me up right now. I forgot he named himself this. How you doing, Kenny Tenson? Nicaract versus Night Phoenix. In between this one somewhere, I'm gonna probably take a little break ski. I should probably soon. Maybe I should before this. My girlfriend had to go to the store. I said I had to call her before. I know it's an offer time. We're going to go into Nicaract versus Night Phoenix. And I'm not going to tell you his name. Let me capitalize this. Boom. It's going to bug me. So I need a few minutes. Might take a little bit more. I'm tired anyway, so I'll be right back. We're getting into this one. Hello, guys. Sorry about that. I know, welcome, Okydra. You may have been gone for a bit. So I did 3 things. I called my girlfriend. I played with the kitties. And then I made some coffee. I was almost taking a nap as part of the casting segment on my desk. Bracket link? Well, there's... Alright, I'll show it to you. So you can see who's playing in it. Fine, I'll put a bracket link. I should have done that. Yes, this is the Online Sports Championship. OSC. Mid-season playoffs. 2023. Let me go to this. Boom, 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 boom. Mid-season playoffs 2. And we are on day 2B. Wait, this doesn't seem right. This does not seem right. Oh, yeah. All right, so we haven't made it there. So what happens are there people that automatically advance into it, too. My mistake. So there are people, some of the players have already advanced. So they got, like, the dub. So some of the people fighting in this are going to be going on to contend with one of them. So here you go. It's in the bracket. Here is the link. I just made it in the command, or in the title, too. Here is the link. But you're not going to see the order of the games. We are going into Nicarac versus Night Phoenix. A little TVP. And Night Phoenix is going by Meow from the Hot Clan. From Hot Meow. Night Phoenix is a funny kid. Really nice kid, too, but... And he's getting pretty fucking good, to be honest. That kid has been improving quite a bit. Over time. Alright, let's go. On to our first game. As I said, you guys didn't believe me. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner. From Hot. It is Meow. No, it is Night Phoenix. He's going by Meow in game. I got a kick out of that after playing with my kitties. And his opponent in the upper left, in the blue, give it up for Psystorm Gaming's Nicarac. Somebody I've casted in a damn lot. This guy is a machine. He literally stays up. This kid stays up to all hours of the day and night to play in tournaments. And literally has, like, been falling asleep, like Rocky Balboa getting beat up, hoping to win just by, like, wearing out his opponent. It's not going to happen to opponents on the other side of the earth. Going for a proxy Rax, by the way. Is it going to be a proxy Rax, or is it going to be a proxy 111? We don't have a supply depot going down. I believe it's going to be something cheeky. Nicarac is spicing it up on us. He's going to NA, baby. We at least have a proxy factory, if nothing else. It could be, like, I don't know, it could be a lot of things. It's 100. Oh, it's not going to be a factory. He's going 2 Rax Reaper. Question mark? Or is he? We'll see. He's going to open with a Reaper. It's got to definitely be 2 Rax Reaper opener. This is, certainly going to be a little different. Thought he might do a little 111 cheekiness, but apparently not. Let's see what happens. And also, guys, I want to ask around about this. I need to make a tweet about this, about the music. This has been happening more and more, not just to me. Like I said, I've seen other casts where this has happened. Anybody else notice this? It'll play like part of one song and then it just stops. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like minutes later, another song will come on. It's so strange. Okay, maybe not. Okay, he is going to go into 2 Reaper production. There's his factory, though. Is this going to be like some kind of 4GG build? I'm starting to feel like that may be what the case is. Reaper's going to find its way up. A depth is not quite out yet. It's going to be a Stargate opener from Night Phoenix. He does like his Phoenix builds, ironically. Night Phoenix. Gonna shade away, chase the Reaper back for now. Another Reaper's out, kills the probe. He sees there's 2 Reapers. He doesn't know what else is to come. Still, is it gonna be a proxy starport too? Is this gonna be proxy everything? We'll find out. This week on The Price is Cheese. Alright, still again. Hot Meow, I mean Night Phoenix. Gonna fight this off with a couple of depths. One is gonna finish the shade after. Reaper's gonna go down. Oh, I don't think this is gonna end well for our Terran player. Oh, he does manage to save 2 Reapers for now. One very likely to go down from the shade. He's trying to split him off. Is gonna regen some health. Adept gonna go across the map. Another Reaper going to intercept this. Reapers do have the high ground. Still, that being said, behind him we have a Hellion coming. No starport just yet, but the Phoenix is coming. I think he should change his plan. He has 2 racks. I would have rather seen him get like a tech lab back home. How you doing, holy shit? Yeah, exactly. That was the plan. But when you see there's a Stargate, I think you should change your plans from that. I think he should have went into a 3 racks factory, even though he proxied and went there. Or like got in a tech lab, went into stim. But I definitely think 3 racks factory, even if it was on 1 base, would probably be not a bad idea. Because you're just gonna have Phoenixes. You can have quick stim instead of building more Reapers. I mean, more Reapers still kind of work because Phoenixes only have so much energy and he's had to use them each time. Gets a kill on a cancel of the shield battery. Night Phoenix is in some trouble. He's gonna have another Phoenix, but this is a lot of Reapers. And they're getting some good damage. Hellion's coming in to boot. There just isn't enough energy. These Phoenixes trying to get out. 2 Adepts being warped in are gonna be kind of good on DPS for some of this. But at the end of the day, 9 workers are falling. It's a 1 base all in from Terran though. No shield battery attempted to be made before. Another Phoenix coming. I don't know. He's got a good amount of Phoenixes, but not enough Graviton. And no shield batteries. So this actually is gonna potentially just work. I mean, he can build some gateway units here and there. And GG's called. Well, actually, it's not called. Nicarak's gonna take it. A frustrated Hot Meow. I mean, Night Phoenix. He's gonna go down. He's got 1 L on the book. Too little spicy build from Mr. Nicarak. Oh, I got it wrong? Jesus. Yeah, oh no, I did have it right. Look at this. Is yours right? Let's see. Oh, you found the challenge link. Ah, yes, yes. My mistake, I didn't get the challenge. I'm gonna add that in the bracket command. Thank you for that. Okidra. Terran Boo, GG. True Flapjack. Alright, give me just a second. He's like, wow. Imagine. It was a little bit of a... Obviously some mistakes were made, but I think because of it... It could be a little bit of a build order loss, depending on what goes on. Nicarak committed down to it, and we'll see what we got for game number 2. This time, we're going on to a different map. And yeah. Thank you for that. The challenge does help. So some of this was casted earlier today. Hanmano and Rostock, Zhalmek and Trifax, Mindel VK and Creature, Trigger and Demi. Ooh, he got some good ones. Oh no, yeah, I did day 1 before, but anyway. Wow, some of this is pretty good. All right, anyway, speaking of pretty good, I think this is a definitely pretty cool series. In the bottom left-hand corner, he's down a point. In the yellow, give it up for Night Phoenix from Hot, also known as Meow right now. And I don't know about right Meow, but from Psystorm Gaming in the blue, the upper right-hand corner, with the Terran pieces, it is Nicarak. See if we got anything spicy this game. Nicarak was feeling the cheese in game number 1. Game number 2. We're not so sure yet. So it looks like a pretty standard opener so far from both of them. No SCVs going across the map just yet. As we go into it. Look at all these camera locations from these guys. Well, actually, he's just, Night Phoenix is bouncing around, but Nicarak, did you see how fast he set those camera locations? That was insanely quick. Alright, Nicarak gonna hide his play again. It is gonna be another double gas, but this time not a proxy. So he's going for something cheeky again. That's... Night Phoenix did buy some time on the supply depot going, I guess. But he took a lot of hull damage for the trades on the SCV, which could be repaired, which would cost him money if he did so. But at the end of the day, maybe he'll get a kill and just get away with this probe. It's going to be another Reaper opener. Let's see what the builds are. This time, Night Phoenix actually doing something cute. He's double gating it. I think he's worried he's getting proxied. He's zealoting across the map, doing all the things, but expanding. Is Night Phoenix gonna proxy? Oh, we do have a factory coming. Night Phoenix looks like he might go proxy Stargate. I don't think we're gonna see a Void Ray where we're going. Alright, so Nicarak checking for proxies. I feel like Nicarak's playing it a little safer. Yeah, he's just playing it safe, in a way. He might even high ground CC it. Oh, it's unlucky for Night Phoenix. He's like, well, maybe I'll luck out and be able to get CC. Reaper doesn't even push out yet. He's going for the 2 Reaper Hellion. So this Zelly boy is going down. Adept going across the map as well. It's going to be a proxy Robo, though. Hold the phones. Protoss. Getting cheeky in the house. Adept's going to shade forward. Zealot and Adept. Zealot just kind of meat shielding. Just try to zone this back. 3-gate Robo. Let's go. Night Phoenix is really living on the edge here. We had a starport coming. The high ground CC means Terran's going to be an advantage if a lot of work isn't done. Does get a nice couple good hits on to the Hellion. That being said, we don't have a shield battery back here. We do have 2 Stalkers coming. One is going to go out. The 2 Reapers making their way in. Oh, no. We have a little bit of a rally point problem. Stalker's way out of position. Second one's far from being done. The Zealot is going to march up the cliff. The Hellion going to get some work done as well. Nice little bit of SimCity going for Night Phoenix, but he's lost a lot of workers. And being that he's relying on this, he's not going... Oh my god, he could have went for a Warp Prism if he had been in position with the Stalker. I think he knew it was a double supply depot build. And after scouting that, he should have assumed it was more than likely 2 gas. This is a little sag. He's going for Big Daddy Immortal. That being said, the Reapers and Hellion are going to be annoying. 2 Stalkers just YOLOing across the map. The Hellion is pretty injured, but still, he does have a shield battery now. That being said, we have 2 sentries. It's the Noah's Ark build, guys. I love it. Look at this. It's the literal Noah's Ark build. And we have now a Turtle Terran versus Reaper McReaperton. Oh no, the probe. Polly. You had a family of robots, and they're not going to have Polly anymore. And we're not going to be able to use a Warp Prism here, even, because there's a Viking with the Cyclone. Still, we got some gaming. Alright, Death's going back. Warp Prism is going to try to come out. I mean, you could get some damage to the mineral line. That could be pretty good. It's keeping the pressure on, but I really wouldn't hate to see... well, I wouldn't hate to see him expand and go back. He's going to push in. Warp Prism coming. Oh, no. Big Daddy Immortal falls, but the tank also drops. Oh, the 2 sentries going down is not what our Protoss player needed. That being said, the Reapers, I don't know what the hell they're doing. Fucking doing something dumb. Well, not exactly what Night Phoenix was hoping for. The Viking's still out. Another siege tank's about to pop. His clock's running out. The Viking going to be a problem dealing with some of this. But yeah, again, it's the siege tank that's the problem. He doesn't have blink. The bunker and all the Marines going to be a bit of a problem. He's going to try to micro this out, but he can't. Oh, gets the Viking. Can he save the Stalkers? Loses 1. Zealot coming in. Forces a lot of lost mining time for our Terran player, but still, it's a 1-base Protoss. And what the hell is this? He's trying to get in there, but Night Phoenix not warping anything men back home to deal with it. Alright. Just the cheeky Adept going out, going to target fire the Hellion. And, yeah. Ooh, a canceled warping. That's a 1 less gateway. the warp. Decent siege tank position is going to hold this off for now, but another supply depot going down would be okay, I guess. Still, meh. Even the Reapers have rallied back home, and the Terran army is just growing. So you need a transition with this, and we don't see that Robo Bay transition. If it's 3-gate Robo, go into Disruptors or something, a Colossus. In this case, 100% go Disruptors. Medevac's out. We got Tech Labs going down on the... Well, our first Tech Lab going down on Iraq's, and 2 more are completed. Stiff supply block for Nicarak, but... he is going to top at it. Oof. Right, Phoenix is very committed on basically gateway tech. I say that he just now goes to the robotics bay. He's got a second Nexus. I think he thought he was really getting cheesed. And he goes, you know what? We're going to cheese this game. And that doesn't always work out the best. But if he can buy time, get some damage, trades before things get powerful with Stim, he can be doing a little bit all right. Tanks in a siege in the front. Now there's 2 siege tanks, 3 siege tanks out. Stim on the way. And Nicarak going to be able to take something. We have our first probe being built in a long time. Still, he's delayed mining at least. And Night Phoenix in a bit of trouble. I don't know about Warp Prism speed, though. He's going double Robo. I really don't know about Prism speed here. I still would have liked extended Thermal Lance, if anything. You're going right into a Colossus, then got it. Would have made a little more sense to me. Night Phoenix needs to get saturated in his base. He's not doing so. 3 Adepts gonna go warp in here. Keep some eyes on things. Oh, he shades 1 in just to get some friendly fire. It actually forces a kill on the Marines. That's actually really smart if he trades them out for enough Marines, depending on where the siege tanks are. Oh, no. That was actually incredibly smart. If he did that 1 at a time, he could potentially take out a lot of Marines for free. And with Stem being done, that's actually huge for him. So that said, he's definitely down on workers. Now that mules have been out, it is a bit of a problem for him. +1, Stem finishing up, etc., etc. And Nicarak in a good spot for production is kind of rough. Night Phoenix is seeming a little more like Dead Phoenix a little bit. Does have the... Okay, he's not producing out here. He's going for... Oh, he's going for Colossus drops. The Nina play. And unfortunately, he has his rally point on the Warp Prism. Still, does he get some good worker kills? I think he's going to need more than worker kills. There's an army pushing across the map. Another Colossi coming down. Shield battery in the front. He does have 2 Big Daddy Immortals. Warp Prism's going to go back home. I wonder if he's realizing why this is going uncontested. That is going to zip across the map faster. There is a Viking with this army. Stim has completed. Combat shields on the way. Big Daddy Immortal's not quite out. It's going to be here in a second. He needs to try to push some of this off. Doesn't have Blink or any Twilight ability, but still... Night Phoenix does get the Warp Prism. He can come in behind. Oh, he loses the Warp Prism and the Colossus. 2 Immortals fighting hard, but guess what? They don't do that great against Marines or anything else. And Nicarak's going to take it in a 2-0. God damn. That was a spicy one. I thought for sure he was going to get that Warp Prism down, but he went in at such a not good angle, unfortunately, for him. Kind of flying blind. How you doing, Mateo? What's up, buddy? That was a quick one. Unlucky. He gets cheesed the first game. He goes, you know what? I'm going to shake it up this game. I don't know if he's cheesing me or just going with a Barracks Factory build. You know? Feels bad, man. All right, so we're going to go on to our next series. And we have... Spirit versus Nicarak. Because Nicarak won. He was fighting the winner of Night Phoenix and he. Spirit versus Nicarak. Let me see here. Boom, boom. And Spirit 2-0'd Xiaomek. All right, we're going to go on to game number 1. Little TVT we got. And And this is a team versus team. That's what the TVT stands for. It is a team versus team one. All right. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Ancient Cistern in the blue, representing Storm Gaming. Give it up for Nicaract. And his opponent in the bottom left, also from Storm Gaming. He's red. Give it up for Spirit. And a little Terran versus Terran, team versus team showdown. See if we get anything cheeky. Yeah, I wasn't kidding. Look, Nicaract before in the last game, I know you spammed through your camera locations. Seemed like he set his camera locations ridiculously fast, which was interesting to see. All right. And again, this is the Online Sports Championship 2023 mid-season playoffs. Day number 2 / it's 2B. Or not 2B. Because 2A was done earlier. This first half, it's been split up. Because we have enough of these games. And I'll be honest, sometimes they've lasted a long, long time. So I think that was a wise move by Eddie. Just Jordan cast it earlier. He does a lot of the OSC stuff. He's been doing a lot of the Rising Star, so moving up, getting a little bit more. He's getting back into casting. He used to do a lot back in the day, I guess. So he came back sometime this year. A little supply depot action, scouting for Reaper Spirit. Expecting some Reaper racks, but Nicarax is going for a base scout. I know I hate this. Neither one being a little too cheeky. It's a Barracks Factory game. Maybe it's because they're both on the same team. Nicarax like, bruh, I need some coaching here, man. Or they're having a gentleman's agreement for game number 1 anyway, thinking they're going to get some practice. It is TVT, so you can't really blame them in either case. I know I was flaming Ashbringer and Exo Striker in our first game of the day. But still, yeah, it makes sense why you do it, but that was definitely very low action-packed PvP for game 1 of the night. I'm not saying they played bad, it was just, you know, little power underwhelming in terms of Protoss versus Protoss. Both of them going to kill their first SEV. It's going to even out, and they're both going in. Well, actually, Spirit is opting to go for Reactor before a second Reaper, so Nicarac's going to be able to deal with this Reaper. He forgot to click on the SCV, though. It's not building. Nicarac could have been in a very big lead on building a CC, but is not. Oh, he forgot to click on the command center. That is so unlucky for Nicarac. All right, guys, maybe the coffee's helping a little bit, too. Not gonna lie, I was also falling asleep on my keyboard as it was. So, and now I remember why I chose 6:30 to start when I started my stream earlier. Otherwise, it was so I was debating getting a nap before I did this, and didn't do so. Didn't get to. Nicarac losing a Reaper already. Another one looks like it's in trouble with the Reactor. It's a double Reaper Hellion push behind it. This is not looking good for Nicarac. Is he going to be able to save this? He needs to buy time for his base, too. The Reaper is in a lot of trouble. The other Hellion in a lot of trouble. Oh, that said, it's getting a little weird here. Hellion has to be careful. It all has to be careful. It's just a Reaper and a Hellion, and that be it. Oh, Hellion goes down. Good old TVT. How the tables turn. All right, we do have Reactor Tech. We'll have Marine Tank Medevac versus the classic Cyclone. Okay, he's going for a Medevac, too. Interesting. Is Spirit just going for a little push here or a Doom Drop? Cyclone might be able to help with this, but... Are they both going to drop? No, Reaper's just going up for now. Yep. Alright, I kind of think I favor the tank a little in a way. At the end of the day, the Cyclone could be pretty good, too. Second tank coming, more Marines coming, and a tech lab on the starport for... It's their Spirit. Oh, what the hell? The Reapers scout this. but the Reapers get cleaned up. But still, the drop's going to go uncontested to the main. Nicorach senses something. He smells blood in the air. Blood in the water. Maybe he's a shark. He's sensing a Sharknado. I love this. He sieges the tank blindly, but oh no, Nicorach might want to be careful. I mean, he doesn't know what's over there. His spider senses were tingling. And I think he has this feeling that tank sieged over there. I think he got a little bit, yeah, he got some vision. Spirit's gonna back the hell off for the moment. They're dead even on workers. They're pretty evenly set up. Spirit is gonna drop a couple more supply depots. The key difference is tank count is a little bit in favor. Not really. It's looking pretty damn even, in fact. Nicorach just behind a little on the bio. But he may have defender's advantage. We'll see if Spirit gets in a decent position. Very good defense and a very good spider sense out of Nicorach. Playing as though he is Peter Parker over here. His spider senses were tingling. All right, let's see here. You know what else is tingling? The feeling of stim. Stim is on the way a little faster for Nicorach. Oh, one big tank blast puts a lot of work on this. An auto turret would have killed that tank, by the way. I like how Spirit's not wasting it, but oh, that's not good for Nicorach losing a tank. He needs to not lose bio. Losing bio would be, see what I'm saying? He's gonna have stim advantage. And he is going 3cc too. Okay, they're both going 3cc. I mean, that's not uncommon. Let's be real. Another tank sieging up. The Vikings are out though. That could be a bit of a problem. Tank is in trouble. Does get one shot off, 2 shots off, but it does fall. Oh, and the interference matrix. Stim is gonna finish though. Can he jump on top of this? Oh, lands an interference matrix. Okay. The boys are pulled. There is a tank behind us though. Friendly fire is a factor, but oh god, Nicorach, that was not the play. He is going to eat a lot of damage. 10 SCVs falling is not what he was hoping for. I think Spirit may just do it. Nice high ground tank though, gonna help out. The Vikings actually really were a big factor in this, truthfully. Alright, Marine's gonna be a bit of a problem. Stim finished up as well. Yeah, it's looking pretty ogre for Nicorach. He's trying to hold this up. He's trying to fight. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. 3rd CC or not, he doesn't even have it done yet with an orbital, nor does his opponent, but Spirit's leading more than 2-1 in workers as we go on here. Terran Emba True Shanti. Following the Terrans are vaccinated. Alright, this CC's getting hammered on. Nicorach's hoping for some mistake or something. But I think he knows he's fucking pretty behind here. After those trades. Vikings trying to duke it out. And ultimately, oh. It's not going to matter that he won the Viking War at first. He's going to lose another one. I think we're on a wee bit of cope. Oh, and luckily he was going to pick up for a drop and attempt it on the side, I think. But you know what? It scanned. Damn. Oh, he's going to try to push out. No. Wow, Spirit's just going to go home. Spirit just gets the hell out of there. He's been mining on this base, setting it up for more gas. Cope, the hardest dope. True. True, Flapjack. Alright, Nicorach, I don't know. He's going to try to put some pressure on, I guess. Wait, what? Oh, that was a mistake. He misclicked. It's like a boys pull in TBT. Now that's a whole new kind of cope. Scan's going down to real nothing. Nicorach does have a 3rd, but he needs to build more workers. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Push is scouted. Nice setup from Spirit with units and a supply depot all over the map. Even has a sensor tower. And this is a Not going to breach this army for sure. Actually, another thing that's going to hurt Nicaract. It is 1-1 finishing up right now for Spirit. 1-1 finishing up is no bueno. No bueno. For sure. Alright, up. Yeah, the anti-armor missiles is going to seal the deal. GG's called. Spirit's going to take game number 1. And we'll see what game 2 brings us. No proxy Reaper racks. In game 1. Going on to number 2. Alrighty. Excuse me. No. I'm coping now with the accidental score change. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Gressvan in the blue. Give it up for Nicaract. Twisted. What's that? Must be an alt account. And his opponent in the upper left, he's red. Give it up for Spirit. Pretty funny. He's got another account? He's got to be. I didn't hear of Nicaract changing teams in the first game. He was already on his Psystorm tag. Alright, standard setup so far. We didn't see SCVs going across the map. No fast gas from either one. So no proxy Reapers right now. Looks like both of them setting up camera locations for bases. As you saw with all the bouncing around. Look at this. Nicaract, yeah. I'm a little quicker. See, when you're in this point of the game, it's funny. You're like, oh, they're just making damn sure they have it exactly on location that they want. Alright, Nicaract with another scout. I do like that he's scouting every game. That's a base scout. Special would be proud. He's not playing TBT flying blind. I think that scout's always worth it. In TBT especially. Oh my god, is Spirit actually... Oh my goodness. It's not even a thing anymore. Spirit is being ballsy. He is going for CC. He's going for Reaper Fast Expand in TBT. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why people don't do that, because on all servers, at the very least in a macro game, it's usually a barracks factory opener. And you have potential to get pressured really hard. Because of it. That said, we still got Reapers in production. Now, Reapers and Hellions build could be pretty good against this. Wow, even the bunker going down. This is like a manor bunker, guys. That being said, Reaper's going to scout out the factory. They'll get a delay. No, it won't. Nicaract is going to take the brunt of the damage at first. Actually, he's in some trouble. Wow, he almost helped his opponent by bouncing it back toward him. Nicaract going for his CC now, but guess what? This is all finished up. There's going to be the bunker there. Spirit isn't going to be super aggressed. So Nicaract, in a way, kind of plays from behind here, but you could argue that it's not as big of a deal. I think I would have liked to see him just go Tech Lab. Reactor Tech Lab. And just skip the couple of units. Because if your opponent's playing that greedy, you could tech up faster and potentially have another tank. You can have like a 2 Cyclone build. You know, by the time your Starport gets done, have a way quicker Raven. But it's kind of evening out in some regards. 2 Reapers do catch. Well, we got to cancel on that. That was actually a kill. Oh my god, Omega based. He got the SCV, and then he got the refinery as it was building. I don't think I've ever seen that in a TBT in one of these tournaments. 4 CC before factory and real nasty. That would be BM for sure. Alright, so there is some of the aggress I was talking about. There is a Cyclone on the way, which puts a stop to some of this. The Hellion's going to be a bit of a problem. There is a Hellion here. Oh, if he jumps on top of the Marines, actually, it's the worst spot for the Hellions. But still, the Reaper's getting a lot of workers dumpstered on for Spirit still. Cyclone's on the way. Spirit has to be careful, but he's going to lose even more SCVs until then. Okay, these Reapers have been worth it so far. Do they get the kills? Have to be careful for all of it. He wants to get a few more worker kills. Does he get last one? Does he get another? No. Still 10 SCVs. A good amount of lost mining time. If we look at the income graph, that was a pretty big spike in favor of Nicaract. So he caught himself up a little bit. He's ahead on workers for the moment. He got a kill on the freaking refinery earlier. So he's ahead on gas income. This is crazy. What's crazy is Spirit went, well, he went Reaper Fast Expand in TBT. Nicaract was allowed to get some damage done. Just by playing in the meta. That is pretty funny. Alright. Third CC going down for Nicaract now. So being that he got ahead, he's like, we're going to stay ahead. We're going to keep up production, etc., etc. Meanwhile, Spirit just getting his gats saturated here. He's got behind in workers still. He is now playing from behind, truthfully. Army he had was not transitioning. Nicaract even has the Cyclone to defend for drops, etc. Potential Raven harass. Spirit's already going into Vikings, though. And the 3 Ravens, that's a bit of a problem. When you open 3 Ravens, I'm almost starting to think that's a thing of the past. How Spirit's playing this, you usually see a Viking transition a little faster with the reactor on the starport. And the reason is for, well, you're usually seeing 2 to 3 Vikings. It's 3 Vikings was always pretty standard in the past. But you can usually just Shrek them. That being said, 3rd CC is about to finish. We're starting our gas. 5th gas getting started for Nicaract. Spirit not quite there. He's actually behind an army too. Nicaract's getting ready. Now he's just gonna turtle up here for a moment. I think Nicaract, I wouldn't hate him doing a little push. As long as he gets in the spot where he's macroing up with it. Maybe drop some more racks, which he is. If he remembers his eBays this game, I would really like to see him drop an eBay as soon as he gets some money, or 2 eBays rather, so he can get synchronized 1-1. Even has stem coming, that's more important, and I guess. Still, oh no, auto turrets for days. He does lose a Raven. Another takes the damage. Interference matrix lands before the tank siege. That actually is pretty helpful for our blue Terran player. And that being said, oh, the Cyclone's clumped up so it can't attack the Vikings. So we do have our Vikings coming out in the starport. Ravens going in. Oh, you know what? Okay, he's going to try to land an interference matrix and an auto turret. He's going to lose a Raven, but you know what? He can't jump on top of this in time. If Stim was done, this would be way different, but oh, catches all 3 tanks of Spirit. Another tank did just finish, however. He has to be a little careful. Stim is on the way, but not quite done. Who sieges first? Nicaract does. But hey, oh, he's going to donate some Marines. All right, we got a Liberator coming too. That's a little scary. And, well, I think the siege tank was to debate the Vikings, etc. Stim's not done. Why are you pushing Nicaract? Nicaract, are you throwing? He was in such a good lead. Why did he take that fight? Oh, well, he killed 10 workers. I guess it was kind of worth it, because now he's really ahead on workers. Army supplies low for the moment. Nicaract needs to regroup, though. And he should be fine. He's going to have Stem going into 1-1. Liberators and Vikings, it's a 2-starport build. What is Nicaract thinking, though? That was not the fight. I don't think... Let's look at the trades again. You know what we call that? That's the chuck it in the fuck it bucket. That's what I'm going to call that play in a TVT. When you're just like, you know what? I don't even want to play this matchup anyway. Even if tournament money's on the line. That's the chuck it in the fuck it bucket build. We're going to have a landed Viking. The Lost Vikings is being played, the mini game in the campaign of Legacy of the Void. Actually, no, in Wings of Liberty. What am I saying? It's going to go ham on the mineral line. But Spirit does have a pretty decent army. It's mostly air army. Oh, and the Liberator catching him at an anti-timing. One of the medevacs going down. 2 of the medevacs going down. Why did he switch to medevacs here? A lot of Vikings. All right. This Viking killed 7 SCVs behind this, or 6. 7 fell to something else in total. Raven's still alive for Spirit. Alright, this is gonna be a YOLO Leroy Jenkins. Spirit drops his auto turret's gonna help out a lot. 19 SCVs falling for Nicorak. The game's getting closer. All of a sudden, Stim finished, but Nicorak's kind of falling asleep at the wheel here. Oh wait, how is that? Oh, he didn't have vision. Oh, he's gonna lose a tank. That really sucks. Nicorak was playing so well. Now he's down on workers. And he's down on... Oh, he needs to repair this. Wait, we're not repairing the CC? Nicorak? Nicorak? Okay, now he is. He went for the tank comically. Wait, now he could have just jumped on this. Now there's more Vikings. What is this game? How doth they do it? The Terrans. Oh my god, I'd be mulling. But Nicorak is ahead in army supplies some way, somehow. And he has better tech. He's got 1-1. He's got combat shields and stim. Still, he needs to be able to get some footing. More Liberators are out. More Vikings are coming out. So the drops aren't going to be able to do much. But if you can find a spot to siege up decently and kind of catch Spirit off guard, he's going to be okay. The scan's going down there. Oh, he's caught with his pants down still. Marines stimming in. Trying to get some good value here. Do they? Tank is sieged. One of the medevacs goes down. He's killing that other... Wow. Nicorak, the gas killer. He's running on a diesel engine, folks, because he likes these refineries. He killed one earlier on with 2 Reapers. Oh, these Marines, unfortunately, get caught by the tank. At the natural. Kid chilling, what's going on? Colossal go up. Fucking Terrans, resident sleeper. I don't know, that first PvP we saw was pretty snooze fest. Thanks for the follow, Panda Pools. I hope you're pooling your pandas. Alright. I don't know what I mean by that, but okay. It's basically almost a mech army here. We got double factory tank production. And the Viking's gonna land on top of it. Anti-armor missile is huge. Oh yeah, he doesn't even get to kill these 2 forward tanks. They survive with just 4 HP, so they're gonna be able to be repaired. It's gonna at a cost, but still. Nicorak made some questionable moves, I'm not gonna lie. He was really in a fantastic position. But he is gonna be going into 2-2 here. We don't have Z Armory or Mr. Semi-Mech. I mean, it's TVT, but you'd think there'd be an armory for Mr. Spirit, but there's not. No 4th CC just yet. Looks like Spirit might be setting up for one. Oh, not like why? Why would we push up that hill? Why would we push up that hill? Nicorak's mostly on bio. He does have 4 tanks, but there's 7 tanks, 11 Vikings, and 1 Liberator. No bio for Spirit. Which in essence, if somehow we got into enough Marines, it could be okay. Alright. He's going for the reach around, folks. He's going to be reaching around. Oh, free tank donated. And double medevac stim to win moment. But these 2 tanks coming at a time could be a problem. The tanks, I love this tank placement from Spirit, though. Oh no, the medevac. He needs that 20 workers going out. It's huge. Pick up the Marines. Nicorak has to be careful because there's a fight on 2 sides. He wants to... Oh, he's going for the CC. He gets it. And he can go up and even get maybe a tank for free. Well, not for free, but still. That is insane value. That said, the Liberator comes in catching Nicorak off guard. He's going to lose a tank of his own. He's back in it. Spirit lost the CC. He's building another one, but still, and 20 workers. The boys pull preemptively doesn't mean shit when you get 1 million Vikings landing. But still, it is going to help with the medevacs with the Marines. The Marines actually doing some good work with the 2-2. These upgrades plan pretty strong. Is he going to take out the Liberator? He is. He can even chase down the Vikings, but guess what? There's still tanks here. And Nicorak does it in an upset. He managed to throw like 3 times that game and still win against the higher ranked player. Very well done by Mr. Nicorak. How you doing, Arconic? What up, guys? True. Wow, Nicorette. Everybody's like, Dave, you should be playing like Nicorette over here. You know what I'm saying? Sad as I'm smoking a cigarette. You know, Kid Chillin'? Kid Chillin', I was going to open my mouth. But I partially don't want to. I'll message you about it after because it's funny. I just noticed something. I'm sure there's going to be a million people in chat that noticed something, but... I don't know how I didn't notice that. Oh, yeah. Anyway, before we get into the next one, I'm going to reload on cigarettes. All right, I'm going to just say it, Kid Chillin'. I'm just going to do it. You're going to be like, fuck you, Dave. I guarantee you, I know my boy Kid, he's pretty chillin', but I think this is going to make him... He'll notice the next time he talks. All right, we're going to go into game 3. Fuck it. You're going to be like, God damn it, Juan. So this is match point. Winner advances. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Gressvan in the blue. From Psystorm Gaming. Give it up for Nicorak Gum. Smoking cessation player. And his opponent in the upper left. Also from Psystorm Gaming in the red Terran SCVs. It is Spirit. And there is Blinky McBlinks-a-lot. Blinky McBlinks-a-lot number 2. Kid Chillin', did you notice? Bruh. I didn't notice. Alright? You're like, oh, am I left out? You're like, I'm pretty sure Dave and I are friends. You know? I want to start, like, unmodding half my... I think I should leave, like, 1 mod. No VIPs. That'd be funny. It'd be like everybody riot. I was streaming, so the real story behind it was I was streaming so much that over time I thought about it. I literally would potentially have mods in every time zone in the earth because that's how much I was streaming. And it actually worked out that way. Fun fact. But also I ran out of VIP slots is the real reason. We just ain't cool enough to have more than... I forgot how many I have. I forgot. Fractal can still wants it one day too. There's a lot... I don't know. I'm gonna go through it again at some point. I really think I should clean it up a bit. I like feel bad getting rid... I hate removing stuff from people, you know? It's just... yeah. Unless it's Sibajon. The running meme is that I'm always like, I'm gonna unmod Sibajon. And then every so often I do for like 2 seconds and I remod him. Alright. Reaper is going across the map. It's another Reaper expand. Wait, did I just cast this? Is this the same game? Guys? It's the same game. I just got coffee to stay awake, and then I was gonna go get smokes and stuff. The reason was to get my brain on gear, and I wanted some water. I have water actually. Now we're on game 3. Oh, that's what happened, Sibajon. If you were that upset about it, you would message me if you were unmodded. You're like, I'm fine with it. All right, here we go. Now we're on match point. Yeah, that's happened before. I've been that tired and I've been that drunk. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Royal Blood in the blue. Give it up for Nicaract. I actually have to cast the last game of Demi. Shit. There's a game I have to cast from the previous one because what happens to me is every time I cast stuff from replays, I miss a game in a series. And I usually miss a couple games in a series, especially if I'm drinking. And his opponent in the bottom left, it is Spirit. Also from Sidestorm Gaming. So I have to cast one because I missed one in the previous week. I can't remember if I did mid-season playoffs last week or was it the week before. Because I don't know, it's been a busy couple of weeks. I've had a lot of casting because the KSL qualifiers and the KSL SummerSlam qualifiers, playoff, semis, and finals were all last week. Alrighty. When it's normal when people are high as fuck. Kato Zatami. I think you say that every time I scuff anything up. Kato Zatami. Alright, just gonna be a scout from both. It's a pretty standard opener. Double gas. For now it is. Do we see any cheeky one base aggression? Like a 1-1-1. One base. That is the question. AKA the Hanmano build of old. There you go. The barracks factory. Nothing too crazy. Nicaract is going for a reactor first, and he scouted it out, so he feels safe. He can do that. Reactor first, I do approve of this build. And Nicaract actually needs CC down a little quicker. Nicaract is maybe gonna have a little lead on there. Actually has his Reaper across the map first. Doesn't strike first though, I don't think. No, Nicaract didn't strike first. Has to back off. Doesn't get a kill on the SCV, just puts a little pressure on. He might have delayed it a smidge and he was ahead, so maybe he just bought himself a couple seconds. That's about it. As long as he kept that Reaper alive, he's fine. It's gonna be Reapers and Hellions for a little bit from Nicaract. No tech lab just yet from Spirit, but that's not how he played it before anyway, so we're not too surprised. Not his usual move. And there goes the starport. So is this gonna be Reapers and Hellions medevac? I'm wondering. Out of Nicaract. Yeah, he's been getting his refinery. I like this. Alright. So they're stalling it out, but one of these guys is going to attack. We'll see when. Nicaract with a little bit of a army supply lead. Good night, Sibajan. Alright. Double tech lab started for Nicaract. It's a little later for for Spirit. Nicaract going a little later, I mean. So we already have the Cyclone down on the way from Spirit. So this isn't going to get much done. This is certainly not going to get much done. Cyclone will be out somewhere in this push. If he's lucky, he might clean this up a bit. If he can pounce on the Cyclone before it's surrounded, he might have something. But there's going to be Marines out as well. So a little bit of an anti-timing for our blue Terran player. Yep, there he goes. Cyclone's popping out in just a bit. Raven even on the way. Oh my god. Reapers and Hellions. Kind of trading better from Nicaract because he has more. But that Cyclone, as I said, is going to put a bit of a problem to this. We need like grenades and stuff if you get anything. We don't have any. And there goes the push from Nicaract. He only gets 2 workers out of it. Lost his entire army there. But still, I don't even know why he's going into his Cyclone himself. I think he should have just went right into tank. Rather than even wasting the money on the Cyclone. It's not really, it's not technically a waste, but being that he's up against the Cyclone, Cyclone versus tank, tank wins. Alright, army supply in favor of Nicaract, kind of, but it's pretty much the same thing going on from both of them. Let's see here, though. Oh, supply depot might be caught. And Nicarak's not really going to aggress it just yet. Wants to hit that Raven, though. He's going to scare it back. It's a couple pot shots on the Raven. All right, a little bit of micro battle here. Spirit going to disengage. That would have been a nice catch on the Raven, at the least. If Nicarak reacted a little quicker, I think he could have got in from behind. Okay, this time Spirit isn't going right into Vikings, but he is going right into a third CC. Nicarak, okay, he's got one coming too in the high ground, though. A little behind, but still. Not bad. Both uneven workers. That might give Nicarak the position to attack in a bit of a time, and we'll see. He's going to play it out. Hopefully he goes to harass or something. Alright, we got our first two Vikings coming out for Spirit. Nicarak going for the third Raven. I think this is like anticipated by Spirit. No, it's not. Oh, it's a fourth Raven. What the deuce? Why would you go 4 Ravens? I mean, Ravens are good units, but when your opponent has clearly made Vikings in every instance, I just don't know why he didn't switch it. And he's not going into stem every other game. Okay, he's got a decent stem timing. Still, oh, that Cyclone catching the tank is not what he wanted. He's going to posture in toward the third, but guess what? Little setup here. We got 2 Vikings, 3 Ravens. 4 Ravens is just, it's something about it to me. It just feels so unnatural. Oh, the Cyclone instantly disintegrates. There's enough Ravens where he actually debated an interference matrix on a Raven, but there's plenty more to come for Spirit. So for me, I'm actually curious to see some of the stuff in the patch they're working out. I'm hoping they change some things back or tweak it up a little more. But as far as TBT goes, I would love to see... I would absolutely love to see how that interference matrix needed to be upgraded, or researched rather. It plays out in a Terran versus Terran because of the tank wars. But still, another cheeky thing would be interesting is if Nicarak split up the Ravens and went and harassed 2 mineral lines with 2 Ravens with auto turrets at the same time. It would mess with a lot. There's Vikings, but it might actually be worth it. Okay, look at the Viking count, though. This is what's made Spirit terrifying in the past. Spirit now going to have a lead on stem and 1-1. So he's potentially going to have combat shields. Yep, he will have an advantage on combat shields. So Nicarak's going to have to buy time, basically, and maybe anticipate, but he's kind of a little behind here. It seems like Spirit's been well on top of this. Marine's even going to scout this. Okay, Vikings get a couple of hits off first, but Nicarak's got to be careful. He has air disadvantage. Spirit does have the higher Viking count. He's going to pounce right on top. Oh my god, he catches a Raven. He's one-shotting everything in the air. One-shotted a Viking too, but still, losing a Raven's pretty big. Marine's going to chase this down, catch a Viking. Oh, tanks are sieging behind this. He's overextending. Nicarak loses a chunk of Marines. It's like he lost part of his right arm in that fight. Alright, that being said, he does have at least stem. Ah, yeah, he just... Medevac, your medevacs are useless against me. I am Viking man. Spirit has so many Vikings, he might as well be on Berserker Esports. At this rate. Oh my god, the interference matrix war is real. Marines jumping in from the sideline, but there's just more versus less. Tanks are finished on interference matrix in some cases, but it looks like Nicarak shot his first. He's going to lose the fight. Consequently, the game, Spirit takes it in a 2-1 on Royal Blood. Very well played. Alright, I'm definitely taking a break before this one to go blow my nose and stuff. We got a PvP coming up. I need to mentally prepare for cope for this one. It's Art versus Skillis. Still, should be a good one, though. If we're going to have PvP, I'm hoping this is a good one. I don't think we're going to see anything too cheeky. But initially, anyway. Skills do be pretty good. R be pretty good, too. R gets a little cheeky. R can play a little wild, Mr. Polish Protoss. So, just keep an eye on for this one. And he's... Oh, we do have a meme back. I love this, because it always happens in OSC. Alright, so give me just a few. We'll be right back.
Hey, who wants to have some fun?
Trigger, thank you for the raid. Boom, boom. Bigot, thank you, Mr. Trigger. Trigger's getting attacked by mosquitoes again? Oh, no. Oh, I was supposed to grab smokes, too. God damn it. Thank you for the raid, bro. Alright, guys. You just gave me an idea. I know how I'm going to finally draw Trigger. I've not done any drawings in a while, but I will tell you this. So we're going to draw Trigger and a mosquito together as one creature. He's going to be Mosquito Man. Thank you for the big raid, Mr. Trigger. We're going on to a PvP. He came from one Protoss stream. So apparently another one even when we're casting. We have Skillis versus Art. Why'd I draw a blank right there? I had a Mitch McConnell moment, guys. Sorry. All right, anyway, let's go into game number 1. And I kind of want more beer. Oh, look at me jumping the gun. Like I said, I was supposed to go to the store before. I just cracked one, so... If I was to, maybe after these. This is why you should not be in office. No more Mitch McConnells. Ha! Oh! Sorry, I froze for a minute for you, kid chillin'. Alright, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner. Hello? Hello? Black screen. Okay, let's... Bear with me, guys. This is the problem when we have games played before on stuff. I wish I was casting Trigger today. See, he was playing. Trigger's probably like, I just played this. Alright, let me try this. This happens from time to time. Ah, finally we get it. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, finally, in the... It's the pink Polish Protoss. From Platinum Heroes, it is Art. Who is, of course, going for a high ground. And his opponent in the upper left-hand corner in the red. It is Skillis. Terran Imba. Terran Imba, Terran Imba, Terran Imba, Terran Imba. You heard it. from Terrans are vaccinated. Vaccinated from losing games. Alright. I'm sure Trigger would agree with that too. We just can't lose in the higher leagues. That just cracking me up. That's a lot of Terran Imbus. I think there's been like 20 today. That is my proxy 4X. I'm like 99% sure that's my proxy 4Xing buddy. Alright, anyway, guys. What do we got for this first game? We got what looks to be a pretty normal opener. No proxies just yet. Do we get any memery? Skillless is usually pretty base, but he didn't one gate. And I don't hate that he didn't one gate in game number 1 against Start. But Skillless does like his one gate games. Trigger, if you're still hanging around, I'm sure you got to get something to eat or in your way to bed. But if you are, I'm curious. Who did you play? Because I didn't get to cast your games, which was big Sag. Or who do you play if not? If not, I'll just look it up. But still. Alright, Stargate is the play from Art. He's going for a little cheeky Oracle play. Skillless is not doing so. He is going for a Nexus before Tech. And will very likely be just fine. This, of course, delays Art a little. Wait, what? Is the probe just scouting or what? Skillless, look at this out of Skillless. He's just pressured across with one stalker. What are those lags? Is that you know I'm fine. Okay, go, go. So they had some lag and had to pause. Alright, Shade is blocked. But meanwhile, an Adept versus a Stalker. I'm pretty sure that Adept is not going to win. But can he escape? He's got a little time to hide in the bushes for a second. He's going to be able to get away before taking any health damage. Did lose all of its shields. Art, of course, being Art, is going to go right into a proxy after a Stargate opener, which is a little cheeky play. -1 versus 1. He won 74. Oh, damn, that's crazy. Trigger won 74 games in a row and he got attacked by mosquitoes. My boy Trigger would be mauled when he gets the mosquitoes. I hate mosquitoes too, but that is pretty impressive. 74 games in a row. God damn, that's like, is that a record? I feel like that's got to be a record. Did he pursue to lose like 50? I'm only teasing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a slight distinct possibility, Skitoo, that you could maybe take a game off of him. Pretty sure even Trigger would agree to that, but there's a slight chance. However slight as it may be, you always got a chance. I think your best bet is if you're a Zerg player in a CVZ. 16 wins in a row, Dobson. I know, I'm kidding. But I have faith in my boy Trigger to one day pull 75 games in a row. He's going to start at 1 in the morning and end at like 1 at night. And he's going to have 74 games, all dubs, in like 3 servers. Alright. Art is actually bullying Skillless here. What is this build? What is this play? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's not. It is a Polish Protoss. Doing Polish Protoss builds. I don't know how... This is definitely kind of worth it. It's starting to be worth it. I know it's not. Skillless actually still leads in workers. I mean... No, it's not worth it because Art doesn't have... yeah, he doesn't have any tech behind it. He can just pressure. Now that Blink's getting done, it's a little scarier. Art does technically have 1 more Stalker, but when you don't have Blink and you're fighting against a battery, and battery overcharge, you're in a bit of a problem. You are definitely in a bit of a problem. This is not looking good when they're just plain Jane Stalkers versus Blinky boys. You be in a uphill battle, and it's quite literally an uphill battle for the moment. Yep. I don't know, guys. And that's no disrespect to Trigger, but I'm pretty sure if you gave him 8 beers, it might be a challenge for him in that regard. GG's called. Skillless takes it, but you gotta hand it to Art. That was a pretty cool build. That was a pretty cool build right there. I'm trying to get so loaded, I'd start a bread factory in my colon. Yeah, that would be Trigger with 18 beers. That would be anybody with 18 beers. You know? Speaking of beers, you guys suck. You know that? I was gonna go to the store before. Fine. Fine. You know what that means. It's late now, though. I should have done this earlier. I literally rushed home from work. Barely got anything to eat. To get this cast in, and then I find out that I had it set to 6:30, not 6 o'clock to start it. Oh, Yeti usually puts down 18 beers worth. Exactly. At least. He's usually drinking tall boys, too. So it easily stacks up to 18 beers. Oh, yeah, Yeti is definitely there. I just get in casting mode, but otherwise, yeah, they're pretty much there, too. Oh, dude, Flapjack, you gotta watch the rest of... Dude. Oh. Oh, they're so good. Skitoo watch some with us. 18 beer tournament, and I have to cast sober. Imagine that. Well, I think realistically we can't enforce 18 beers because a lot of people would be dead at 18 beers. Literally hospitalized. But sadly, in my chat, I bet you if we put it up to a bunch of streamers versus Dave stream and other streamers that visit my chat, we would easily destroy any other Twitch stream except for maybe Roddy's because of the Europeans, but we would single-handedly bring the highest. Friends of the Dave stream would easily dominate in terms of who can play the drunkest. No questions asked. We would trounce it, right? It's Flapjack and Skidoo. You're the highest Pamplar. I bet you Kid Chillin' could throw some back. You used to be... I think you'd said that before, Kid Chillin'. So, it's a PvP, and I wanted to order some beer, but... Did I really want to order it? I wanted to run to the store really quick. Because I'd be back in 10 minutes. Now it's going to be closing. So I have to put in a little order here. Son of a bitch. Let me start this off. I'm just trying to find the place. Alright. Let me get game 2 going. I'm just gonna make a quick decision here. Eh, fuck it. Fuck it. Alright, let's see what this comes to. Before I just order it, I wanted to order it before, because this little bit of time, guys, I know it's annoying. Just watch streamer here, and we got games to cast. Yeah, you guys can wait a second. Just deciding. I 100% know this isn't worth it. Let me just try this. Because every time I start this off... Wait, do I even know where my wallet is? Because I need my damn ID. My driver's license. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, orders getting placed. Fuck yeah. Going into game number 2. Game on. Wait, now I could... Let's see. It's going to do this crap again, guys. Let me try to get it to capture again. This is a bunch of bullshit. Alright, hang on, guys. I don't know why this... It's because of the freaking time some of the games were played and etc. Alright, now it finally came in. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner. Oops. Jesus. Of altitude in the pink. Keep it up for art. From Platinum Heroes. And his low ground expanding friend in the upper right. Representing Team Liquid, it is Mr. Skillis in the red. Alright. Little Probius Scoutius. Little One Gatius Expandius from both are an attempt to. Art is not in a hurry to go get the scout or her ass. That could actually help him. And it cannot. Okay, Art's being a little cheeky. He's taking his time. Is Art actually going to proxy him instead? Art do like the shenanigans. Honestly, he literally almost won that first game. With a pretty cool little play. I actually didn't hate that Stargate play until after. It was a little unlucky. Skillis had enough sentries where I think that actually really helped him as much as anything else. But it definitely didn't help Art. Art is going to go proxy. Skillis, of course, going to the one gate. He's taking the bait. But Skillis is usually very defensive. He's going to guess that it's a Stargate. I'm sure he's going to get a shield battery and a zealot and all the things. I don't really know if that's play. For Art. I mean, it is the play, but I don't know if that's what he should do. Honestly, the zealot even helps him out. Because it's just going to reiterate that this is, oh, I'm trying to go for a Nexus, and you're really getting under my skin. And I'm going to drop a Stargate here. And it's not ever going to come. He even has a pylon over there. So that extra pylon is extra mind games. So by the time Skillis goes back up here to scout, he's going to see that that pylon is up here. And I don't think it takes the bait. But the funny thing is with the one gate expand, 9 out of 10 times, and especially if you're playing against a guy like Skillis or Max Pax, it's in general, it's going to be a Stargate opener. Unless you're Trigger. I've seen Trigger earlier. Just yesterday even. He was building a robo with it. He was being based. He goes, we're just going to pump out Immortals and we're going to be fine. And he was. With some based Warp Prism Micro. And a baller move. Anyway, Art's going to have his Stargate done first. And Skillis going to sense this. Skillis doesn't have a scout yet. He's going for a Stalker, though. Art going for a Phoenix. Okay. The problem is the Stalker. The double Stalker. Alright, this is a little weird. Shit just got strange over here. In the EU Boys Club. Shit just got really strange over here. Proxy to Phoenix. He wants to catch the Oracle, but there's going to be a shield. Wait. He's going to wait right in the... Oh, buddy. Jebaited. Wait, oh no! Art! He misses it! I think Skillis saw the Phoenix, but Art didn't see... Art didn't see the Oracle! Oh, are we actually gonna see... What the hell is this game? How you doing, Parky? Oh my god, what is this game? Art, literally, what are you doing? What? That is the most unlucky GG I've ever seen. He literally had what could have been a build order counter, but because he decided to get cute with a little bit of patrol pathing, that's the quickest one we have all night so far. I mean, a pretty funny series, but still, when do you see that? That looked like a couple ladder games where they cute each other 2 times. All right. Skillis advances. You know, he's going on to fight. He is going on to fight my boy, Mr. Wayne. Bruce Wayne. Wayne Gretzky. And Wayne Campbell. So party on. Your heart. Exactly. That's like that's just so unlucky. But at the same time, it served him right for his fancy pants little I want to see my Phoenix dance in the center. If he just left it where it was, I'm pretty sure it would have just attacked. Oh my god. Alright, hey, it actually came on. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Babylon. Well, I guess he's just today or yesterday announced that he is off of it. But from Team Snarcom in the blue, give it up for Wayne. And his opponent in the bottom right. He's red, representing Team Liquid. He's back at it again. It is Skillous. Going for a nice little cheeky hatch block. Wayne not doing anything too cheeky, it looks like right now. Alrighty. Vayne. Just going right for triangle third. Oh, is Skillous gonna... No, I don't think he's gonna be able to beat him. Skillous is not gonna be able to... Oh, he is! Oh, he could have blocked him! The debate. Skillous was unsure. He could have actually... That would have actually been pretty good for Skillous if he got the block at that point. That certainly would have messed with Wayne. But it worked out okay. He got it at a decent time. It is still on triangle, so it's not going to be ideal for Mr. Zergy, but still. Nikita getting some decent little mineral patch harass here. Let's take a look at the graph. You can see it's dipping. He's getting some pretty good mineral harass here. It's dipping more. If you notice, look at how much the little bit of mineral patch harass adds up to over time. Wayne's just going to let him go. Anyway, Skillous behind it went 20 Nexus, 20 Core. Pretty standard stuff. 22 Pylon. Just a standard opener from both. We've seen it a million times, folks. Just be how we open up in a based macro opener. 4 lings and 2 queens, the usual from Mr. Zergy 2. Skillous trying to get some info, but I don't know. I should have just said that. Honestly, at this point, you're not. There's no shot in hell you're gonna block the natural third base. In my opinion, you should just send the probe back so you don't lose it, because at this point, the Ling's be a problem. Alright, never mind. Ling's gonna disengage. Probe gonna regain shields. Nexus coming up. Stargate halfway done. Yada yada, yada yada. It's a Seinfeld episode, folks. Are these players known? Yes, they are. DG598, whereabouts are you from? I'm assuming you're either from the US or you're from somewhere in Asia. Yes, Wayne is from... Well, technically, both are originally from Russia. Skillous does not identify as their... Wayne is placed pretty high in tournaments. Skillous places really high in tournaments. They're both pretty good players. Yep, and Wayne is a close... He's pretty close.
Or am I so sick
Yo,
that
Rough's
you just
dad.
blew your mind?
Base, thank you for the 8 months in a row.
Just subscribe.
My man. Miami. Yeah, dude, what's up, man? Coming in hot from Florida with the 8 months in a row. You just came back. I gotcha. Wayne used to be known as Vanya. If it's been just like a year or something, he used to be known as Vanya, and he changed his name to Rattata, like the Pokemon. And then from there, he is now known as Wayne. So it's gonna be a Phoenix into an Oracle, or an Oracle into a Phoenix rather. This Phoenix is going to get an Overlord and be annoying. But these Lings are going to put a lot of pressure on the Ling. Mr. Skillous' third Nexus, which you know he wants. Does have Warp Gate now. Oh, does he land it? Yes, he does, but doesn't have a lot of Pulsar Beam energy. Phoenix is almost dead. Actually, I'm pretty sure that Phoenix will die at some point. Nexus is forced to be canceled. Yep. And Skillus has been around for a while too. I'm surprised you didn't know him. He's been around for a good minute. But Vanya, that's a name you remember. That's good. Now you know how it is. Yeah, it's a little confusing. And that kid loves changing his names. The only thing we know about StarCraft 2, we don't know. We know there's community patches that we don't know when they'll ever be pushed out when it happens in the map pools. But we can be sure that Vanya is going to continuously change his name. And welcome, Magical. Good to see you guys in. Ruff's Dad, Magical, Pashka, all you guys. Too. DJ598, welcome if you're new to the stream. Anybody else, please smash that follow button. Do appreciate it. Alright, it's a Zergling and a, fucking, what should we call it? Urubu, that's right. Oh my god, the Urubu's attacking the Zergling for 0 HP. I don't think I've ever seen that. What I have seen is an Oracle barely surviving with just 1 HP Phoenix. I'd rather lose the Phoenix, but still, a 1 HP Oracle is going to be a glass cannon, to say the least. Lang slowly chiseling at this. Units are scouted on the creep. Oh, Ruff's playing D&D? Oh, fuck yeah. I wanted somebody to go, and I actually messaged him. He added me on Discord, because like, every time I thought of some stuff, and then I'm like, by the time I'd seen him... Flapjack! Thank you for the 169 bits. No problemo. Thank you, Flapjack. But yeah, actually, he was interested in the science stuff I saw on Twitter. So I hit him up. I go, dude, I lost you in... Because I realized I just had him probably from the team before.
Giddy up.
Alright, thanks for the follow, GG598. And thank you, Flapjack, as well. Oh my god. That is the most unlucky stasis ward. Actually, I've seen worse, but still. 2 Zerglings is not ideal. Thanks for the follow. Holy squid. 89. And, well, decent blink micro, though. Still, some of these Stalkers are pretty bruised from all the Zerglings. A couple Ravagers being morphed. Not a lot of Roachy boys. Wayne is really trying to fight here. He does have +1 melee, but that said, Skillus does have +1 ground weapons. He's going for a bit of pressure here. He's not going into +2, though. Would like to see that. He's spending all his money on this 3-base push. He's got proc... yeah, no, it's a Warp Prism. That's it. He's just got his Warp Prism. So he's literally going for almost a 3-base all-in. He's building a couple probes. A little whimsical. But nonetheless, we'll see what happens. Mamma mia! Some Blinky boys coming hot. Wayne is doing a pretty good job defending. He's holding the line. He's towing here. If Skillus doesn't do anything, though, Wayne's going to become a force to be reckoned with now that Centrifugal Hooks is finishing and +2 is coming online. Means he's going to have Baneling speed, more Banelings, he's going to have more Ravagers, more Lings, more everything. And Wayne is fighting against a Protoss in 3 bases. And actually, he's going for a Bane Bust into the 3rd base with no SimCity, nothing to defend, no stasis, ward, no nada. The Banelings, Skillus catches on. Flapjack. Thank you for the 100 bits.
Means 100 more years of Dave.
100 bits means 100 more years of Dave. 1 bit per year. You know? Alrighty. Sounds about right. That'd be something. 100 years. Alright, Skillus just lost an insane amount of army supply on top of it, so it's not looking too good for him. He did get a lot of pressure on, though. Didn't get a hatch. Didn't get any of that. But Wayne's not exactly in a super high drone count. He's in a good position to aggress. Skillus doesn't even have charge behind this. That's the scary thing. It's pure Stalkers. I would have liked to see Skillus build another Oracle. And thank you so much, Flapjack. He is. Oh my god! The War Prism goes down. Speaking of dying. That War Prism goes down. There's nothing in the wall. Skillless. In some trouble. The Copium Oracle. No, I think it just went over there. Doesn't have any Pulsar Beam energy. I think this one is pretty safe to say. May just go to Wayne, but it's not over just yet. Technically, it's not. GG's called. Just kidding. It was over seconds later. Joke's on you. It was over seconds later. And yes, that's what she said.
100 bits means 100 more years as diamond rank.
True, Dan Mako. 100 bits. Thank you for the 100 bits. And 100 bits of truth. That means 100 more years of Dave being diamond. Oof. Ampersand. Fun fact about Wayne a little over 2 years ago. Zest beat him playing a perfect game. 0-0. I actually think I remember that. What tournament was that in, Ampersand? I cannot remember that part. Dan Macking it up. Mako. And we are close to a hype train. Guys, I don't know if for those of you... We had our first hype train in a while yesterday. Or was it the day before? It was yesterday? Special BE, but that's 99-0. Flapjack, thank you for the 100... Pitties.
Something about artosis.
Well, something about artosis. Artosis. Speaking of casting for a long time and dealing with a lot of crap in StarCraft, Artosis somehow is still doing this, even with his chat. The most toxic chat of all time, including me sometimes. Bringing us his great memory. For 100 years. I think Artosis has already been at this for 100 years, though. Even though we're the same age. Try to figure that one out. Thank you, Flapjack, for another 100 bits. Dan Mako. Flapjack with 200 biddies and 169 on top of it. And Ruff's dad for the resub. Much appreciated, guys. All right, we're going to go to game 2. Wayne versus Skillless. I bet you 10-1 Trigger was hoping I was casting his game tonight. I feel bad. I can't help what I was not given the cast tonight from Eddie. And guys, this is the Online Sports Championship. OSC, check it out. Give them a follow on Twitch. Consider donating to their the donation link. I can't remember what the site's called. Something Australian. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner in the blue. Representing Team Starcom, it is Wayne. And his opponent in the bottom right, from Team Liquid, in the red, it is Skillless.
I'm out there, Jerry, and I'm all...
Dan Mako.
200 bits means another 200 years of Dave's
Thank you for the 200 bits. And the 200 years of Dave's hats. Guys, we're almost there. I think we need one different person to do something. I could be wrong. I don't really know for sure. But it looks like we're running it close. And we'll have the new alert that I added on top of the regular one that triggers anytime there's a hype train. I found Twitch added some things. And it is another Seinfeld character. It's not Kramer for once. It is not... It's a totally non-Kramer, but yet still Seinfeld me. Looks to be a standard game. Wayne has some plans.
I'm out there, Jerry, and I'm all of it every minute.
Thank you, Flapjack, for the
Dave
31 bits.
all the time.
I think we're close. Unless somebody comes in that's a different person with like 100 biddies or something. I don't know. Or a sub. I don't know what it is. A different person than you guys. However the hell it works. But thank you for the 31 bits. Flip a Flapjack. All right, pool coming down as well. Hatch, yada, yada, yada. The huge from skill, master flex. But is it going to be Stargate? Or is he actually going to cheek it out in the Twilight? I think he's going to go Stargate. Pretty typical when you got the one gate wall off here. Like Neo-Humanity. But we'll see.
Jerry, and I'm
Whoa.
loving every minute.
You hear my voice echo off the beer
Your
bottle?
voice echo off the beer bottle just now.
All right, this is the beer bottle cast. All right, how does this sound, guys? Anyway, it is going to be a Twilight opener. I was hoping for it. We got it. We got the... Is this going to be Resonating Glaives? Or is this going to be Dark Templar? Or is it going to be something else? That was for you, Flapjack, for even more biddies. Thank you, Flip a Flapjack. For another 100 bits, you madman. And I had to do a little cast in the beer bottle. I think I might do this one whole stream. I'm going to find a container. I'm going to add some different things to other than a voice mod. Ladies and gentlemen, Skillis is going Dark Shrine before Robo. He's doing DTs. It was almost as though he knew I'd be casting him later on. You want me to call him a Flip a Flapjack? What do you mean? I like this expansion. It's not for the creep as much as this, I think. It is for the rich Vespine gas, but it does help the creep, you're right. You could do some, and especially if you're a player like Wayne, aka Rattata, aka Vanya. Oh my god, what is this, guys? Skillis going for the baller 330 Nexus. And he's literally on like one gate DT. What a madman. This is the most risky play. He will be able to defend with a single Dark Templar. And I think Skillis might, let's see, or like might bamboozle. He may just bamboozle Wayne. We don't see a layer coming yet. It's still early. You don't see any spores. Robo's coming 2 more gates just now. In a very strangely timed situation.
Says Dave is like Amazon. He send the package and we receive it.
Thank you, Flip a Flapjack. My order's on the way, guys. So if this goes to some point, I may have to run for a moment. My order's arriving. So guys, I may have to... Should I pause it or what? DT's out. DT these nuts. Apparently my order's like here. I was not expecting that. How you doing, Florian? And guys, if I have to pause it, rather than let it go, I might just let it go and follow the Dark Templar as long as it goes. A little scuffery here on Instacart. They're here. I'm gonna follow the DT until it dies. Now we're gonna put it in Skillis' vision. I'll be right back.
I'm out there, Jerry, and I'm loving every minute.
And now we the Protoss doing something or other, being attacked. He has some probes mining, the Immortal doing some sort of dance, he's building some buildings.
Hey, who wants to have some fun?
Classic Dave moment. Where else are you gonna find absent-minded? Musty, thank you for the raid. Alright, guys. Look, it's almost like one of my games. We're getting all in. Wait, what is this?
I'm out there, Jerry, and I'm
Thank you for the biddies, Dan Macula.
Thank you Moosty for raiding in.
Thank you, Musty.
Someone shout out Moosty.
Moosty. Pretty funny, we got Disruptors, we got DTs, we got Archons. We got Musty raiding. Thank you, brother. Hope you had a good stream. And we have a Cybercore potentially going down. Disruptor finds one queen. I think he should have went for the Lings, to be honest. And, yeah, this is not going well for Skillis. His Skillis about to be too old. This is the last series.
Hey,
Gene Sim rating. Thank you, Gene Sim. Moosty. The bot's telling her name right. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, man, thank you. Gene Sim as well. Guys, make sure you follow Musty and Gene Sim. Mon ami. Alright. Well, this ain't looking good for Skillis. Wayne's taking a 4th base behind it. He's down on workers, though. Disruptor could be pretty useful. He's gonna go target the Ravagers. Gets 1, not 2. Could have used every single hit he could. Army supplies insanely in favor of Wayne. Disruptor's good unit, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Oh, yeah, he's not gonna be able to clean up the Queens. It's really mostly the Rochi boys, I feel like. Disruptor is not going to... Oh, yeah, Connects gets almost all of it. But not all the Roaches and Ravagers right there. Nice, Gene Sim. You got a personal best. Hell yeah. Skillis losing is natural. I really do have to concur. No, Disruptors don't one-shot Queens. Nope. They do not. You must two-shot the Queen. Or you can... I mean, it almost kills them, so you could literally kill it with a Stalker right after. Wow. Wayne put in some serious damage. Let's take a look at the trades after all that. And I actually didn't get suckered into over-generously tipping the young lady with the beer delivery. No matter... a funny story about that. Probably not for this stream. Another time. But it is a funny story nonetheless. You can... Those of you that know me well enough can already imagine what I'd say. 13 and 5. Good job. At least he still has all his workers. True Zarashi. Wayne is actually just catching up to him, but he's about to have 8 drones popping. So Skillis does have enough workers to make a game of this, kind of. He's getting another base. He's cleaned up some of the creep.
Says, did she give you a rusty trombone?
Ha! Something like that, you know? Was trying to, you know? With the, I don't know. We'll put it this way. It was smart plays. I like the photon cannons here, though. I'm not gonna lie. Photon cannon's actually gonna come in a little clutch here. Oh, wow. Oh, no. Baneling's being morphed by Wayne. And it's totally scouted, but 2 Zealots gonna try to hit this. And we'll clean it up. Nice catch by Skillis. Skillis does have most of his workers, like you said, at the least. How are his upgrades looking? He's on +2. Wayne on +1 melee. He's just gonna have to hope for the best with Disruptors. Double Robo Disruptor production. It's literally exactly what I would do. I wouldn't hate some force fields, too. Ravagers are not... Oh! A massive Zerg army, though. Skillis is trying to get some counter damage. Does he make his way in? Oh, Skillis. Skillis, go for the drones! He is gonna go for the drones. He could have went for... He literally had an unguarded mineral line up there. I guess he's gonna buy the army back. Oh, Zealot's actually taking some of the Banelings, at least, I guess. Getting a little bit of distraction, but that was an unguarded mineral line. And these Lings are gonna disintegrate. Okay, so now there's less Lings at the moment. Archon's in the front's pretty base. That means they can tank Banelings. Alright, Skillis is trying to posture on this. Wayne taking another base. Zealot's trying to get... I like that Skillis is at least trying to find some damage. Like, he needs to try to and find extra damage. Does have an upgrade advantage, but Wayne's catching up. Doesn't really have the money to take care of too much of it. Oh! Disruptor's coming in kind of clutch. Does he have another one? Is it going to be a big juicy one? It is. Is it going to be enough? Is there going to be another juicy one? There's not. Battery overcharge trying to help out a Disruptor. Almost dying. It's definitely going to die now with all these Banelings. Oh my god. Literally almost killing the Nexus. Skillis is going to try to have to push. I mean, Wayne's down on army supply for a second. He might be able to get something done. There are a bunch of Disruptors. Dan Macko, thanks for gifting a sub to Moosty.
Just subscribe.
Moosty. Oh my god. Thank you so much for the gifted sub to Moosty Dan Mako. Gifting his 980th sub to the channel. Making me feel like I've been streaming like as long as Loco or something. That's actually crazy. I have not, but that's how base Dan Mako is. Anyway, can Skillis come back? We want to see a game number 3. We want to see a game number 3. And if not, we're going to cast something else after, guys. Don't worry. We're packing a crowd. My game to StarCraft be sucking. We need some good StarCraft. I'm going to see what else I got to cast, because there's lots of events going on that I can cast that I've not been able to cast. At the World Team League front and all sorts of things. We did have some Masters Coliseum today, and I started watching it, but work do be work. So you can't always watch unless you got time to sit around, you know? And I didn't have much of that. I will say that. Photon Cannon's actually helping out with the Ling run by. Are going to clean it up completely. Skillis is putting out a hell of a game. Wayne, though, is starting to get more bases, more drones. Skillis going for a ballsy base here, but you know what? That could give him some forward static. I don't hate that. For our Protoss player. Thank you guys so much for all the love today. It do be pretty based. Disruptor going to clean up a... Oh, funnily enough, a Spine Crawler and a Zergling. Disruptor doesn't blindly catch a lot of Lings. It does get a decent connection. Thing is, Disruptors can be okay against Lings. It's a little situation. Oh, Skillis does not want to lose his base. Is he going to cancel it? He does at the last second. All right, he kind of petered short. But guess what? Skillis somehow gone into a carrier. Decent amount of Ravagers, though. The Chad one carrier, the Chad bunch of Banelings going to kill a lot of workers. Photon Cannon buying sometimes. Skillis is a little clumped up. Mothership coming in, trying to say, what is this on his Skillis? He's so let's take a look at these trades. Skillis still trades more efficiently. Skillis not getting his +3. I really would have liked to see his +3. He's going into air weapons, which I don't hate. But it's just a carrier mothership. It's like its own special NPC unit. It's the carrier mothership. He literally went for the boldest play of all time. A 1 gateway straight to Dark Shrine DT play with a 330 Nexus. This is a crazy game. I hope to God this isn't the last one. I hope Skillis gives us a game number 3. Disruptors coming out. Bailing should be a bit of a problem. More Disruptors, though, are pretty good. Slow field is going to help a little bit. Do we get another Nova? We do. Do we have another Nova? We do. And it totally whiffs. That was not the big Lebowski bowling we were hoping for. Nexus does finally get up. We had some Nexus Viagra with that mothership. Zelly boys going to try to cancel a base. Think they will. If not, they're going to get a lot of damage to it. And they might be able to get a kill after with something else. Oh, no. It wasn't a right click on it. Or an A move. All right. Skillis not going for more air. This is pretty wild stuff, though. He lost a lot of he lost a few Disruptors. What's he even building? He's going for another Nexus. I don't know if that's the play, Skillis. I think we need more units at this point, but he has 52 workers. I mean, I guess he's starting to mine. Yeah, he's mining out a lot. He does need some economy, so in a way, I don't hate it. On the other side of it, I'm not so sure. Disruptors coming in, getting the queen, getting some roaches. Oh, a nasty Nova. Look at all the kills on these Disruptors, the remaining ones. Doing great. Mothership is doing just fine. Carrier doing just fine. Corrosive Bile's actually injured some of it. And wow, the Overseer's going on. Skillis, how the fuck did he make a game out of this? Let's be real, guys. How in the actual fuck did this happen? This is one of the coolest games I've seen in a minute, to be honest. Let's be real here. Between both these guys, the most base Chad baller play from Skillis. He's like, bruh, One DT in a dream, brother. Taking a Chad third base. It's literally, I've literally done that before. Like, that's not something you usually see at this level. Speaking of DTs, Skillis gets a kill on a hatch, but this base is in a lot of trouble. Adrenal glands is done. We have 6 corruptors coming. 6 corruptors shouldn't be a problem. The kill on the hatch is nice. The DT's gone. 4 workers fall. And guess what? That's how good cracklings be. Those are +3 melee ones. Skillis forgetting his upgrades again. Yeah, he needs that +3. 3 DTs being morphed in. Another hatch immediately going down. Wayne has this base. And 1 DT back. Ah, yeah, this is pretty wild stuff. This mothership is going to be -400, -400. But this thing's actually got some kills. It's actually kept him in the game. The carriers are not going to be too useful anymore. Skill is making some baller plays, though, nonetheless. If nothing else, we're getting a good show. The double expand, which ended up not being worth it when we were behind, but you know, it's high risk, high reward, I guess. Disruptor is trying to get this slow field zone. Takes a while. In this patch, they're changing it. In the next one with the mothership rework, but it ultimately does help a little. Doesn't come in time to slow down the roaches. Oh no, mothership trying to hold on with the carriers, and corruptors are actually going down because the +1. Still, that said, the overseer is getting cleaned up again. Wayne losing that forward-facing base, which is all mined out of gas and pretty much getting mined out. Skillis needs more stuff. He's building more bases than freaking units. Yeah, it's some money. Skillis, we want to see some units, brother, man. 2 carriers and a mothership beating corruptors. When is this? What world do we live in? Disruptors are going to start to fall, but there's no detection. If you can land up a couple juicy ones. Oh my god, it's the double cloak memes. We had a mothership cloaking DTs, which are already cloaked. No, that doesn't do anything, chat. The FU DT. True Pashka. Ah, this game is a regular circus déolé. It's what the French call a certain I don't know what. Alright, those are just changelings. I thought it was a zealot run by, then I noticed their speed was quite low. It's just changelings. Skillis does barely save the base for now. What is this game? What the deuce? Alright, slow field zone attempted again. More corruptors going down. Oh no, the slow field zone actually might help him out. Disruptor friendly firing rate. Oh my god, Skillis does it! Bringing us to game number 3. God damn, boy, we got one. That was the coolest game of the night without contest. Nope, I don't think we've had anything remotely close to near as based as that was. And in terms of humorous content for players, Juno Alaska. Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. What the fuck's my bottle opener, yo? I gotta clean. It's getting bad with my desk is getting... Ay. For the love of God. Guys, I can't find my damn... Oh, here it is. Sergi 666 par nef. Got a little relic going on. See, Pashka can even mod in Russian, guys. That's how base Pashka is. You know? This is not live. Those guys are definitely asleep. Well, I mean, I've seen Wayne up. Wayne seems to be not staying up as late anymore. Skilla stays up pretty late sometimes too, obviously. Open cups and such. It is from replays. All right, guys. It's match point. Welcome, Tater Tutor and Sergi. All right, in the upper left-hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire in the blue. Representing Team Starcom, it is Wayne. Our Zerg. And his Protoss opponent in the bottom right. Representing Team Liquid, it is Skillis. In the red Protoss probes. As he goes across the map. And this is, again, I gotta do a little bit showcase to it. The Online Sports Championship. SC2 Online is the website, or OSCesports.com. Please do check them out. ! OSC in chat. They do have some donations. It's basically an organization. Gets by, they put some money together. Donations are appreciated. What they do is award points to partnered tournaments. And tournaments such as my tournaments, the Cranky Ducklings, the Psystorm Opens, we're partners of it before too. Chicken Man.
Coming right on
Exactly,
in.
Chicken Man and, oh god, I still have the bot on. Other people are partnered with them, so players get rewards. And in order to become members, you can even pay to get some kind of participation awards as a player of any league for opportunities to win money, and they even have participation awards too. So they're about supporting the underdogs, supporting the pro players, supporting everybody. It's a big shout out to them for putting this together. Eddie especially, but that's all the admin, all the members, everybody that makes it happen. Alrighty. A lot of probe harass again on Cosmic Sapphire. An older map, by the way. The cool thing about this event is they're not all played on the current map pool. It's a mix of maps, old and new. And apparently this time they actually added up-and-coming TLMC finalists. Or the selected TLMC maps. They have a couple of new maps that'll be coming out in the next... presumably the next ladder pool, from all we know. Dep's gonna shade past these. No, it's not. It's gonna go back. It's a trap. Dep's gonna take a little bit of damage, but kills one of the lings. The other ling's coming cheekily to the side. Ah, Wayne is hitting that Zergling button, Lester. It's a Zergling. Small topping dog. Alright, Adept. Gonna get a little value, potentially. Let's see, nice defense from Wayne. Oh! Skillis, too good. Catches one, but is he gonna lose the Adept? Adept is gonna shade out for a bit. Oh, look at that cheeky spot. It is scouted by the Overlord. Wayne putting a lot of link pressure on, though. That Adept could have been used back home. He's forced to pull the boys. No other unit in production other than an Oracle. It's gonna take a while. He's trying his damnedest to save these probes, which are very bruised. Oh, he almost saved the last one. Two lings make it on the high ground. Wayne being a little bit cheeky here. Like Batman. He's more like Ratman, because, you know, the man formerly known as Rattata. Look at that micro from Skillis, though. Still not a bad job compared to how bad it could be situationally. Only lost 3 workers. A lot of lost mining time, but that could have been a hell of a lot worse. A little bit of commitment from Wayne. Actually, a lot of bit of commitment from Wayne. He's just flooding those lings. I don't know what he's doing here. He's going into an Evo chase. He's just playing it out like normal. He's going to delay the third, that's for sure. Oh, is he, though? Yeah, he's definitely going to. Warp Gate is going to finish here in a second, but he's not even going to have a Warp Gate. Wayne is showing no chill. He has chill factor -10. Welcome, guys. How you doing, Zarashi, by the way? I like the pylon dropping in, but it's going to go down our shield battery. Whatever it is, it's a shield battery. That coming in just in time. And yeah, this is feeling bad, man. I think Skillis should have doubled down on a 2-base build a little earlier. When did Wayne get a point? The first game. He took Skillis down in the first game. So this is match point. Right here. Skillis went for a big 3-base push. Didn't transition out of it. And it was a pretty standard game. Skillis was... I guess in Skillis' side, he got very committed on his 3-base push with Blink Stalkers. I would have liked it if he kept up with his upgrades at least. You kind of have to. Maybe tried to macro behind the push a little bit rather than all in. He more or less all in. So just Ling Bane kind of helped it. But I mean, realistically, there was some really good defense from Wayne. Truth be told, there was a lot of good defense. All right, this might actually help. Skillless Queens are making their way over. But this is definitely going to have to be canceled. It is canceled, but he gets a drone out of it. It's a nice catch for the huge delay by Skillless. He was delayed a lot, so he got a bit of a delay. Delaying the 4th kind of works out similarly. If these oracles had more energy, this would be very good. But he has 2 more oracles pressuring, getting 7 workers. Actually pretty good in total, considering I lost no oracles. Still, there's a shit ton, a metric shit ton of Lings coming. Banelings coming in, +1 finishing up. It's going to be very rough. Blink's not done. There's not a lot of Pulsar Beam energy. Still, it's going to help out with some of this. A lot of this. The Banelings are forced to cancel. Wayne does not want to risk it, folks. He's going to back the hell off. Blink is going to finish here eventually. The problem is now we're just getting into a Forge because of how everything played out. I think Skillless bit into this a bit. Like I said, I would have rather seen him hunker down on 2-base play. Not necessarily 2-base all in. But I think he could have taken like a 530 Nexus anyway, but had the tech earlier. And had units. If Wayne comes back from this, he's a god. Well, realistically, yeah, he is traded a little less efficiently. His drone count's a little lower. Skillless still needs a hold. This is +1 Ling Bane. Layer's not done yet, though. You're right. So it's not speed Banes or centrifugal hooks. And he does have +1 Lings. And there's not a lot of Pulsar energy again. The blink forward was kind of rough. He's going to lose some Stalkers. So I feel like it's a bit about the efficiency and how he kills Stalkers. Now that build before, that didn't work out so well for Skillless might actually come into play. Again, I wouldn't hate to see him do it a little more macro-oriented. Okay, he is. He is just kind of... It actually evens out, funnily enough, almost like just like a regular PVZ, just with a little later +1 for Skillless. Yeah, a very later +1, but still. He's getting it, which is the important part. All right, Oracle's going to scout this base. Yes, they are. He's getting some information at least. Baneling's pushing out. No centrifugal hooks this game. It's going to be a Hydra push. A Ling Bane Hydra push. Feeling a little Mio. A little Mio Micah-ish. All right, do the Stalkers blink back? Skillless, you need to micro. He's starting to take some hull damage. Ling's coming in here, but in Adept's here to defend. All right, I like this Observer out. He's getting some info. And will maybe scout the Hydras. No, they're on creep. If he scouts the Hydras, that could be helpful. Muscular augments and centrifugal hooks on the way now. And I like the fact that Skillless wanted to double Robo. He's trying to get double Robo Colossus out for now. So in a way, Wayne's in a better spot in some metrics now. He went double expand, which is really a smart idea in my opinion. When he had his hatch canceled. His drone count's looking pretty good, but it's a 4-base Protoss. He's going to have an upgrade advantage. For a little bit. He's going to have a window of opportunity to attack. The 2 Colossi are really needed right now. Oracle is going to spot this, gets a rev tag and a few Hydras. It's mostly going to be Ling Bane. For now. But as this goes on, I'm sure it's going to transition into Lurkers. We'll see though. Wayne's playing a little different. He is certainly playing a little bit different. All right, extended thermal lance still coming down. +2 on the way for Mr. Skillless. Another Colossi coming. He's going 4 Colossi. All right, if this stays Hydra, Ling Bane, I really don't hate it. As long as we keep up on the tech and the upgrades. He's going into the Templar Archives for Archons and potentially Stormy Boys. But what he's not prepared for is this assault in the center. The pylon may help. Oh yeah, he's definitely going for the central attack. This pylon's going to be clutch. He sees it coming. He knows he has to defend a bit. Oracles may be helpful here, but it's a lot of Banelings. It's a damn lot of Banelings. Force field, do they land? He doesn't have any in time. He might want to save the army. He's gonna try to. No War Prism with this. He really needs to save the Colossus more than a lot of it in terms of army. Can he do it? Obviously, he needs to defend some stuff. He's gonna lose his third. Stasis Ward comes in clutch. Skillus is trying his damnedest to hold. Evacuates to the high ground with one of the Colossi. He is gonna hold for now. These Banelings, though, gonna be a bit of a problem. There's a lot of Hydras. The Banes. Okay, he pushes the army back. He's gonna chase it down. And he is gonna be able to warp in some units. Oh no! A Bane gets in. 27 workers fell in a base. Mr. Nikita is very, very committed. Going into +1 ground armor because he knows it finishes faster. Not looking good for the Stalkers in the front. These are relying completely on 4 Colossi with this push. Baneling's gonna be still annoying as hell with the +2. Oh my god. Army supply pretty close. But then again, there is a lot of production. Oh no, Skillus, you don't want to fight into spores though. Oh, nice micro with the War Prism, however. He's trying his best with some stasis. We're not catching it. Sick War Prism micro. He's keeping his Prism alive. He's trying to keep the Colossus. Oh, he loses a Colossus. Does he save another? He's trying his damnedest. Can Skillus do it? He's just forced to retreat and retreat. Sick hold from Wayne. Skillus losing the 4th Colossi was rough. Because he just lost a shit ton of economy. He lost a lot of probes. He lost a Nexus. He doesn't have a lot of money to reinforce. He does have the Warp Prism. He's basically just going Stalkers. Sounds crazy. Wouldn't have hated if he started building a Disruptor behind this and start some Disruptor production. But realistically, he's going to keep the Stalker pressure. +1 ground armor coming might be okay. But there's just so much Zerg here. He's going to be careful not to die to these Banes. Oh, Colossus in trouble. Oh my god, that save was absolutely brilliant. He saves it with just 2 HP in the War Prism. Absolutely sick plays from Skillus. How the hell did he just do that? One Zergling almost did that. You're getting deja vu? Well, this match has never been seen unless you were watching in, like, Skillus's Discord or something, or Wayne. You know? GG is called. Skillus takes it by the skin of his teeth, literally. In the craziest series of this event tonight. And I believe that was it for the OSC. I could probably do a little cast of something else. Should I do just a little bit of Masters Coliseum? What do you guys think? That was definitely a good series. And guys, do me a favor. Logic, what's up? Protoss, I don't know. I think Wayne got a little too overcommitted with his lane game earlier on. Welcome, Logic from the Zerg Cabal in chat. What are you doing up? Oh, it's early in the morning for you. That's what you're doing up. I hope you know I'm messing with you, Logic. Wee-san, how you doing, buddy? But yeah, this is the OSC Online Sports Championships. And, yeah. Let's see what we can do here. Let me go to a good old World Team League server. Let's see if I can find the feed.